And fans, don't forget the Wild Wind Shop on the main concourse behind home plate is now open for all your 2013 Long Island Ducks souvenirs and merchandise. And don't forget, they also have on sale the Atlantic League Championship 2012 Long Island Duck sweatshirts, t-shirts, and baseball caps. That's at the Wild Wind Shop, the main concourse behind home plate. And fans, don't forget this Wednesday and Thursday night, game time 6:35, as the Long Island Ducks host the Camden River Shark. We'd like to remind you the collector pins will be given away on both nights, the 6th and 7th collector's pin in our series of 7. That'll be given away on Wednesday night and Thursday night. Remember, get here early because the gates open at 5:35 and the game time is at 6:35.
Hey, Zach.
The first 1,000 fans will receive those collector pins.
All right, I'm here. I'm ready to go whenever you are.
Against the River Sharks are on sale now at the Long Island Ducks Sports Authority ticket kiosk.
Okay.
Main concourse behind home plate.
Sounds good.
The Long Island Ducks ticket office, which is adjacent to the west gate of our ballpark, or at liducks.com. That's this Wednesday and Thursday against the Camden River Sharks.
Yeah, we have these right behind home plate.
John Brownell for us and Wade Corby for them.
And boys and girls, we'd like to remind you that after today's 7-inning game, today's game is 7 innings, so we have time to allow all the boys and girls here in the ballpark to run the bases after today's game between the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs and your Long Island Ducks. We will let you know when to line up and where to line up.
I don't think anybody, we might have the whole row. And there's a lot of them over here. There's tons of open seats.
All fans are getting closer and closer to game time between the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs and the Long Island Ducks. The umpires for today's game are at home plate and ready for the exchange of lineups.
Live here at Bethpage Ballpark in Central Islip, New York, it is time once again for Long Island Ducks baseball. And today, Let's play two here at the Duck Pond, a day-night doubleheader between the Long Island Ducks and the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs, Liberty Division rivals, to close out this three-game weekend series. Well, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Michael Pollack. I'll be bringing you the play-by-play for both games of today's doubleheader. For Game 1, thanks so much for joining us here on the Ducks radio home for 2013 1039 RCN, and for joining us online as well at youtube.com/DucksBaseball, the Ducks official YouTube channel. Ducks and the Blue Crabs, after they got postponed yesterday due to inclement weather and field conditions, last night's game was moved to tonight at 7 o'clock p.m. Today's game going on is scheduled at 1:35 p.m. However, the day game of today's doubleheader will be a 7-inning game. The game's slated for 7 innings here in the day game. The night game will be 9 innings, and you'll be able to join us later at 7 o'clock for the night game on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball. Well, let's recap the last game that these two teams played. That was on Friday night, the opener of this three-game series, a 12-7 win for the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. It was a little sloppy at the beginning, rainy weather, windy and cold out here at the ballpark. And the Blue Crabs got started early as Rennie Osuna singled, and two batters later, Ryan Mulhern grounded one through the legs of Brian Nelson, and on the error, Osuna was able to score from second. So the Blue Crabs had taken a 1-0 lead. The Ducks came right back, though, in the bottom half of the inning. Danny Perales led off with a single to right, moved to second on a walk by Joe Ashbrodine, and after a Ray Navarrete strikeout, Brian Nelson came up to the plate. So it'll be a 1-2 here to Nelson. Sowers deals, and Nelson swings and lines one into center field. That's going to be a base hit. Perales around third. He will come home to score. Brodine around second. He will stop at third. It's an RBI single for Brian Nelson, and the Ducks have tied it at 1 here in the first inning. So the Ducks had tied the game at 1. Adam Bailey would strike out after that, and then Ralph Henriquez came up to bat. First pitch from Sowers to Henriquez. He will swing and bounce one back to the mound. Sowers has it go through his legs, and Henriquez is going to be safe, and the Ducks have taken a 2-1 lead. So it was an error on the pitcher, Jeremy Sowers, that allowed Brodine to score from third. The Ducks had a 2-1 lead after 1. In the third inning, Blue Crabs would take the lead, or tie the ball game up, as with 2 out, Kyle Hankard doubled to right, and then Jose Julio Ruiz with an RBI single to right. So the ball game was tied at 2 going into the fourth inning, and that's where Southern Maryland got the big hit that gave them the lead that they would never relinquish in the fourth inning. A leadoff single by Cesar Nicholas, a walk to Vladimir Sutil, and then after a 2-5 fielder's choice, runners at first and second for Sean Smith. He lifted a 3-run home run to right, his second of the year, and the Blue Crabs had a 5-2 lead. Ducks, though, would start to make a comeback in the fifth inning as the first 4 batters of the inning would reach safely. A single to left by Perales, a single to right by Brodine, an infield single by Ray Navarrete to load the bases, and up came Brian Nelson.
Pitch on the way to Bryant. There's a ground ball, and that's going to be through the hole right side. Coming in to score is Danny Perales. Being waved in is Joe Ashbrodine. The throw, the slide. He is safe. A 2-run single for Brian Nelson, and the Ducks have cut it to 5-4.
So the Brian Nelson 2-run single, he had 3 RBIs in the game at that point. Ducks had cut it to 1, but the biggest point in the game was after that, as Adam Bailey and Ralph Henriquez both struck out against Sowers. Kyle Zaleski came in, he struck out P.J. Phillips looking, and the Ducks could not tie the game, and Southern Maryland made them pay. In the sixth inning, they would get 3 runs off of Pete Butkovics on an RBI double by Ryan Mulhern, an RBI single by Jose Julio Ruiz, and a double play ground out by Cesar Nicholas. 2 more in the seventh inning off Josh Lansford on an RBI single by Brian Barton and a sac fly to right by Kyle Hankard, and 2 more in the eighth after the Ducks had scored 1 in the seventh. 2 more in the eighth inning on a 2-run error by the first baseman Joe Ashbrodine. The Ducks, though, would try and make a comeback in the ninth, trailing 12-5, as with 1 out, Brian Nelson walked, and that brought up Adam Bailey. 0-1. And Bailey crushes one deep in the air to right field. Hankard turns and looks. You can forget it. Over both walls in right field. A 2-run home run for Adam Bailey, his 5th of the year. And the Ducks tack on 2 in the ninth, and they close to within 5. So the Ducks were able to close within 5, but that was as close as they would come, as Henriquez and Phillips both got out to end the game, and the Blue Crabs won at 12-7. Final totals: 12 runs, 17 hits, 2 errors for the Blue Crabs. They left 13 on base. The Ducks, 7 runs, 11 hits, 3 errors. They left 9. Kyle Zaleski got the win in relief to improve to 2-0. He came in for Sowers, who had lasted just 4 2/3 innings. Dontrell Willis, the loss, he fell to 2-2, allowed 5 runs, 4 of them earned on 8 hits and 4 walks in 5 innings, struck out 5. Game took 3 hours and 38 minutes, a long one here at Bethpage Ballpark in front of 4,534 fans at the Duck Pond in a game that was delayed 57 minutes by rain at the start. We'll take a break here on the North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital pregame show. When we get back, I sit down with Ducks manager Kevin Byas to talk about his assessment of the Ducks as we reach the quarter mark of the 2013 season here today and the first half of the 2013 season getting completed. So we'll be right back on the radio home of the Ducks, 103.9 RCN.
Fans, we'd like to remind you we have a second game today. That's right, tonight at 7 o'clock, the Long Island Ducks will be hosting the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs because of last night's rain out. And after tonight's game, there'll be a routine fireworks extravaganza. Game time is at 7 o'clock tonight.
We are back here at Bethpage Ballpark as we get set for Game 1 of today's day-night doubleheader between the Ducks and the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. So today, this game is officially the 35th game of the year for the Long Island Ducks. That means they are at the quarter mark of this 140-game season and the halfway mark of the first half of 2013. The Ducks enter today 13-21 overall. They're just 2.5 games behind the team they're playing today, the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs, who are 16-19, leading the Liberty Division standings. So playoff fever will definitely heat up here towards the end of the first half, as the winner of the first half again guarantees themselves a spot in the playoffs. Ducks have won the first half each of the last 2 years, and before today's game, I had the chance to catch up with Ducks manager Kevin Byas to get his assessment so far on the first quarter of the 2013 season. All right, Kevin, so today we hit the quarter of the season mark. First half of the first half is over as well. Give us an assessment so far of the team throughout the first half of this first half.
Well, definitely not where we want to be. Started out slow, and when we had a good 5 out of 7 recently, so some guys are injured, but it's no excuse. We need to get it started. One thing about it is our division is not playing well, so we're still 2 games out. So we got a chance, and we just got to pick it up.
Talk about that 5-game winning streak you had this past road trip going to Southern Maryland and Camden. First of all, how nice was it to finally play some games against your division after starting the year all these games against the Freedom Division? And second of all, what do you think the key was to winning those 5 straight games?
Well, again, it was the first time we've faced our division, so playing with Southern Maryland and going to play Camden, it was just one of those things where I don't know if it was just a mindset of, we played other divisions, and the other division right now, they're playing well, and they beat up on us a little bit. So I think it was just more of a relief. All right, we're seeing somebody new, and it was a good positive attitude with the guys, and we went out and played well. Talk about what that key was in that 5-game winning streak. It looked, at least from afar, that the pitching was really the strong point for you guys. 5 straight guys through the rotation, and everyone seemed to turn in a quality start. Yeah, I mean, we preached that from the beginning. It's about pitching and defense and the timely hitting, but it all starts from the pitching, the starting pitching with that. And keep us in the game, and hitters will come around. So that's what they did for us. Talk a little bit about the series opener on Friday night. Dontrell Willis got the start. Didn't seem to have his best stuff, but I think the best way to describe his start was he kind of battled through and kept the team in the game. He did, definitely that. And then, we had him up. The weather, wasn't great, and, he had set down. Then he got back up again. No excuse, because it happens for everybody. But we just couldn't get any innings put together, and he gave up a 3-run homer, and next thing you know, we're behind the 8 ball there, and just couldn't come back.
You get the rain out yesterday, so now it forces you into a doubleheader situation today. Talk about how mentally and physically tough it is to get through a day-night doubleheader like one today, and what your plan is to get guys some playing time and what your hope is for the starters today.
Yeah, well, you're hoping your starters go deep, and one thing about playing a day-night doubleheader, you like it at your home park because you're comfortable, you got your own facilities, and we get treated well here. So that's the positive. And as far as my backup infielders or outfielders, guys getting, everyone's going to play today. So just trying to get everybody in there, and plus we have off the next 2 days. So the sunshine, it's a little chilly, but better than the last 2 days.
John Brownell will get the start here in Game 1, coming off his best start of the season, a complete game shutout in Camden. Talk about that start and what was working so well for him that night and what you hope you see if he can bring it into today's start.
Yeah, it starts from the command of his fastball. He had that, and then it made his off-speed pitch looks that much better. So with him, it's command of his fastball, downward plane, throwing strikes, and that's what he did, and he was successful. And then Way's going to go to second game, and more of the same with him, getting ahead, and his changeup is outstanding. So he had that working, and 2 strikes, and that's the name of the game.
You alluded to it a little bit earlier. A lot of guys still banged up. Give us an update on some of the guys that are out injured, guys like Josh Barfield and Ben Broussard.
Yeah, but Barfield's, I would say Wednesday when we come back. We just didn't want to push him. He is active. He can, do some things. He just doesn't want to overexert it and run, and all of a sudden it goes out again with the 2 days off. So trying to be a little bit safe with that. And then Ben, Ben's his calf strain. Again, he's a guy that's going to come Wednesday and Thursday, full activity, and hopefully by Friday ready to go.
Yeah, how frustrating has it been? As a manager, it's got to be an added stress for you when you've got some of these big bats, including guys like Ryan Strebe, that have been out of your lineup with injuries. How tough has it been for you to try and create the lineup every day?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a little difficult because obviously if you have those guys in, those names are a little easy to pencil in there. So, but other guys, it's an opportunity for them. Just like I told them, it's an opportunity to step it up and show your part and do your part, and here's an opportunity. But right now, to keep those guys, Barfield, Broussard, and Stribe, those are big bats and quality players to keep out of the lineup.
Couple guys who have had some struggles in this early part of the season, having big nights on Friday night. Danny Perales with the 4 hits and Bryant Nelson with the 4 RBI. Talk about how important those two are going to be to your lineup.
Well, those are 2 key guys. I mean, Brusales is our leadoff guy, and Nelly's a third baseman. He's going to be in the 4-5. He's more of a 5-6 hitter. Right now he's hitting 4th, so but he's doing the job. He's a veteran. He knows the game. You want him up in big spots, so it's nice to see him on the field and playing a solid third for us.
And the final question, newcomer is Royce Ring. He was signed and activated by the Ducks on Friday. Talk about what your role is for him and what you expect from him this season.
Well, Royce Ring is a professional. He played in the big leagues many years. He's a lefty. He's going to come out of the bullpen. He's going to be a late inning guy, and he's going to expect big things from Ring. So we're looking forward to seeing him out there probably today.
All right, Kevin. Well, thanks so much. Best of luck in today's doubleheader.
Thank you, Mike.
That is Ducks manager Kevin Byas talking about the Ducks assessment through the first quarter of the season, halfway through this first half of the season. We are just about set for baseball here today. Beautiful national anthem sung by Tom Mead. The Dream Team's on the field. The LYSA Green Thunder and the West Babylon 8-year-old Blue Jays. And they were joined by the color guard at first base, the Sea Cadets, LPD 21 division. We'll take a break here on the pregame show. When we come back, the starting lineups and first pitch of Game 1 of today's doubleheader between the Ducks and the Blue Crabs on the radio home of the Ducks, 103.9 RCN.
Located on the main concourse behind home plate, and also right there in front of the visitors' dugout and moving behind home plate, here comes Cracker Jack.
Well, back here at Bethpage Ballpark, just about set for baseball here this afternoon. A much nicer day. The rain has left us after 2 soggy days here at Bethpage Ballpark. Ducks and Blue Crabs playing through the rain on Friday night, a 12-7 win for the Blue Crabs. Yesterday's game postponed, so we have a day-night doubleheader here today. 1:35 and 7 o'clock are the 2 games in this split doubleheader. But the sun is shining. There are some clouds overhead, but no threat of rain. The one thing that hasn't left, though, is the wind. It is whipping here at Bethpage Ballpark today, blowing from left to right out towards that right field foul pole, and we'll see how that affects the defenses here today. First, let's take a look at the lineups for this afternoon's ball game as John Brownell, the Ducks starter, takes his warm-up tosses. Blue Crabs will send out a lineup that looks like this. Rennie Osuna will lead off. He is the shortstop. Brian Barton will bat second. He is the designated hitter today. And Jose Julio Ruiz in the third spot. He is the left fielder. Ryan Mulhern in the cleanup spot. He is at first base this afternoon. The catcher for the Blue Crabs today is Jose Salas. He bats fifth. Kyle Hankard in right field. He will hit sixth. Cesar Nicholas over at third base bats seventh. Hitting eighth, playing center field is Sean Smith. And Vladimir Sutil batting ninth and serving as the second baseman. So John Brownell, coming off his best start of the year, is up on the mound. Osuna at the plate, and the first pitch of this afternoon's game is a little bit high and outside for ball one. So we start at 1:39 p.m. here at Bethpage Ballpark. And Brownell's 1-0 is a swing and a miss. Good fastball that time from Brownell.
Temperature of the game is 61 degrees.
61 degrees. Still a little bit on the cool side, but definitely a lot warmer than it has been the last 2 days now that that rainstorm has moved through. The 1-1, breaking ball low and outside, even the count, or run the count to 2-1. Osuna, the shortstop at the plate, 299 on the year. No home runs, 9 runs batted in. He hits from the right side. And the 2-ball, 1-strike offering is right on the outside corner for strike 2. Ducks are in their Sunday orange jerseys with the Ducks logo on the front, green numbering on the front and the back. The Blue Crabs in their road grays. 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball is bounced past the mound slowly to short. Charging in his lines. He fields, throws on the run, and it is just in time to get Osuna out at first. Nice play by Lyons for the first out here in the top of the first inning. So we look at the Ducks defensive lineup. Joash Grodin is in left field today. Danny Perales in center, and Adam Bailey is around in right. On the infield from left to right, Brian Nelson is at third. Dan Lyons is at short. P.J. Phillips over at second. Murray Watts gets the start at first base. Ramon Castro doing the catching, and John Brownell on the mound. Brownell sporting a new haircut that he got right before the road trip, getting rid of that long flowing hair that he had in the back of his head as this pitch misses down low for ball one. Brownell had become known for that long hair, not really a mullet, but just a long black hair, and he has shaved most of that hair off, now going with the short hairdo. 1-0 pitch, that is right down the middle for a strike to even the count at 1-1. And it certainly worked for Brownell his last time out. 9-inning shutout in Camden on May the 20th, the first game of a 4-game set. 1-1 pitch here. Barton takes low, scooped out of the dirt by Castro. It's now 2-1. 9 innings for Brownell. He allowed just 4 hits and 2 walks to the River Sharks. Struck out 7, his second highest total of the year. Got his second win of the year to improve to 2-3. And he enters today with a 4.05 earned run average. 2-1 pitch to Barton. Swing and a miss. Good ball diving down and away on the outside corner, and it's now even at 2-2 on Brian Barton. Barton enters today at 308 on the year. He's got 1 homer, 15 runs batted in. 2-ball, 2-strike pitch from Brownell. Kicks and fires, and Barton will swing and foul it off at home plate. Just getting a piece of it was Brian Barton to stay alive, so that keeps the count even at 2-2. Good crowd on hand here today. Pre-game autograph session as part of the Sunday Family Fun Day activities, as is the case for every Sunday here at the Duck Pond. So tons of fans getting on the field to get autographs from the entire Ducks team, and then after the game, kids and kids at heart will get to run the bases. 2-2 pitch from Brownell. Breaking ball is chopped to third. Nelson backs up, fields on the backhand, the long throw across the diamond, right on the money for the out. And there's 2 away here in the top of the first. Good throw by Brian Nelson. Getting back in the lineup after he had missed some time with the oblique strain. Rejoined the Ducks during their road trip, which saw them take 2 of 3 in Southern Maryland and 3 of 4 in Camden. Their first 2 series victories of the year. And the Ducks will need to win both games here today to pick up their 3rd consecutive series win after they dropped the opener of this 3-game set on Friday night. So with 2 down and the bases empty, here is Jose Julio Ruiz, the left fielder, batting from the left side. First pitch from Brownell. Breaking ball misses low and inside for ball one. On the year, Ruiz is at .327. 1 homer, 11 runs batted in. 1-0. Hits the inside corner for a called strike to even the count. Umpires for today, Alex Trujillo is behind home plate. The crew chief, Matt Beaver, is over at first. And Alan Barnfield around at third. 1-1. Lifted in the air foul. Third base side and out of play. Caroms off the facing of the sweet level and then back down below. And so the count 1-2 as Brownell tries to work a 1-2-3 top half of the first. The lefty batter steps back in. The righty Brownell on the mound, ready to go. A 1-2 pitch on the way is a breaking ball swung on and missed for strike 3. Beautiful pitch there from John Brownell, and he works a 1-2-3 top half of the first inning. So the Blue Crabs go in order. We head to the bottom of the first. Blue Crabs nothing, and the Ducks coming to bat here on the radio home for Ducks Baseball, 103.9 RCN.
Vitamin D is just as important as calcium for bone strength. Most Americans don't get enough, so make sure you eat foods rich in vitamin D like salmon, tuna, or oysters. That's today's health tip of the game, brought to you by Emblem Health. Emblem Health.
And fans, keep your eyes up there in that Duck Vision scoreboard, because here's a word from Suffolk County Community College.
Graduating matchup, I chose Suffolk.
From William Floyd to a full college experience.
From valedictorian at Mercy to the honors program at Suffolk.
I excelled at State York and chose to start Suffolk.
With countless opportunities to grow both academically and personally, it's no wonder why more and more high school seniors are choosing to start at Suffolk County Community College.
From Ward Level to Suffolk and beyond. Get your start at Suffolk.
Apply for summer and fall classes now.
And fans, don't forget about our 50-50 raffle here this afternoon. You can pick up tickets at the table in front of the Water Wood Shop on the main concourse behind home plate. We'll be announcing the winner later on today at the end of the 5th inning, and you must be present to redeem your prize. It's only $1 a ticket or $5 for 6 tickets. All the proceeds will go to the Cracker Jack Foundation as the charitable arm of the Long Island Ducks. That's the table in front of the Water Wood Shop on the main concourse behind home plate. Sign up for our 50-50 raffle here this afternoon. Good luck from the Long Island Ducks.
Back here at Bethpage Ballpark, we go to the bottom of the first inning. No score between the Ducks and the Blue Crabs. The Ducks and Municipal Credit Union have teamed up this season to present the Walk with a Purpose promotion. Every time a Long Island Ducks player walks, Municipal Credit Union will make a donation to the Quacker Jack Foundation. Municipal Credit Union serving members since 1916. Left-hander Wade Corpy on the mound here for the day game of today's day-night doubleheader between the Ducks and the Blue Crabs. And the Ducks lineup will look like this. Danny Perales leads off in center field. The second hitter is Joe Ashbrodine. He is in left field. And the 3-man is the DH, Ray Navarrete. Brian Nelson plays third base, hits in the cleanup spot. Ramon Castro does the catching and bats fifth. Hitting sixth, playing right field is Adam Bailey. P.J. Phillips bats seventh and plays second base. Hitting eighth over at first base is Murray Watts. And rounding out the order is the shortstop, Dan Lyons. Danny Perales coming up to the plate to lead things off for Long Island. We'll see if they can strike first here in game 2 of this 3-game set. And the first pitch from Corpy is a fastball downstairs for ball 1. For Corpy, this is his season debut. Was signed recently by the Blue Crabs. Last year was a member of the York Revolution. And a 1-0 is downstairs again. 2 balls and no strikes on Perales. Left-hander, who last year went 4-0 with a 2.26 ERA in 18 games and 3 starts. And he misses once again here, and the Ducks leadoff man Perales quickly ahead 3-0. Sun shining here at Bethpage Ballpark on this Sunday afternoon. Thanks so much for joining us here on the radio home of the Ducks, 103.9 FM. As Corpy delivers a strike to run the count to 3-1. WRCN, our official radio home, as well as online on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball. 3-1 to Perales. Fastball on the outside corner from Corpy for strike 2. And he has run the count full on Perales. Boy, did Perales have a great game here on Friday night. 4 hits and 5 at-bats. Just the second 4-hit game for a Duck this year. And the 3-2. Swinging a ground ball here up the first base line. Fielded there by Mulhern. He will touch first. And that is out number 1 here in the bottom of the first inning. Nice job by Corpy there after falling behind 3-0 on Perales. Defensively for the Blue Crabs, Jose Julio Ruiz is out in left field. Sean Smith in center and Kyle Hankert around in right. On the infield, it's Cesar Nicholas at third, Renny Osuna at short, Vladimir Sutil is at second, And Ryan Mulhern at first with Jose Salas doing the catching. And again, it's Wade Corpy on the mound for Southern Maryland. So with one away, that'll bring up Joash Brodeen, switch hitter batting from the right side. Corpy from the windup, his first pitch, and Brodeen takes a fastball strike down the middle. Count 0-1. Brodeen has been red hot. He has increased the average to .328, 3 home runs, and 13 runs batted in. Here comes an 0-1 pitch, and Brodeen takes low and inside to even the count at a ball and a strike. Brodeen enters today with a 14-game hitting streak, 15-game on-base streak, both season longs for a Ducks hitter. 1-1, swing and a miss. Good off-speed pitch there by Corpy, and Brodeen was way out in front of it. And the count goes to 1-2. Corpy wearing the high navy blue socks here, working out of the windup. Kicks and fires in the 1-2, up and inside under the hands of Brodeen. That'll even up the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ducks scored 2 in the bottom of the first inning here on Friday night. An RBI single by Brian Nelson and a run-scoring error off the bat of Ralph Henriquez. 2-2. Brodeen takes. That misses low and inside, and the count full now on Brodeen. So Ducks being very patient here early on with Wade Corpy. Brodeen steps back in. Corpy looking for the sign from Salas. And his 3-2 is swung and hit high in the air, shallow left field. Ruiz coming in towards left center. And now it's the center fielder Smith who makes the call and makes the catch. And that is the second out. Boy, did that wind have an effect on that baseball. Blowing the ball towards left center. Jose Julio Ruiz had a tough time with it. And center fielder Sean Smith able to help him out and make that catch barely out in left center field. So with 2 away and the base is empty, that'll bring up Ray Navarrete. Navarrete, the Ducks' designated hitter and 3-man here today. And Corpy trying to do what Brownell did in the top half of this inning and work a 1-2-3 first inning. First pitch to Navarrete. That is dealt a little bit low for ball 1. Navarrete at .250 on the year, 2 homers, 15 runs batted in. You can hear that wind whipping through our crowd mic here at Bethpage Ballpark. 1-0. Good pitch on the outside corner for a called strike, and the count now even at 1-1. Navarrete wearing the high Black Sox here today, as well as the man on deck. That's Brian Nelson. 1 ball, 1 strike offering. Navarrete takes the breaking ball up and inside. Count now goes to 2-1 on Navarrete. No scores we play here in the bottom half of inning number 1. 2-1 pitch is ripped into left field. Charging in is Julio Ruiz. He's going to have to play it on a hop. That's a base hit for Ray Navarrete. First base runner of the ball game for either side. And a good swing there by Navarrete to line 1 in a shallow left field. Ball was hit so hard that Julio Ruiz almost had a chance to make the play, but instead of risking it, diving for the ball and having it potentially go by him and be extra bases for Navarrete, he plays it safely, gives up the single to Navarrete, and that'll bring up Brian Nelson here, the switch hitter, batting from the right side. First pitch upcoming here. And Nelson takes low and inside. Had to move the back foot out of the way, and the count 1-0. Ducks have 3 lefties in their lineup with Perales, Bailey, and Watts. Brodeen and Nelson, the 2 designated hitter, 2 switch hitters, in the lineup. .1-0 offering from Corpy, and Nelson will take downstairs again. It's quickly 2-0 in favor of the Ducks' third baseman. Just like Perales, Nelson had a great night here the other night. 2 hits, but 4 runs batted in. Became the 4th Duck to pick up a 4 RBI game this year. 2-0 on the way. Nelson takes all the way, and that is dealt for a called strike over the outside corner. Count is now 2-1. And Nelson, after missing some time with that oblique strain, really has done a nice job since he has returned to the lineup. 2 ball, 1 strike pitch from Corpy as Navarrete leads at first. Nelson rockets one in the air to right center field. Hankard moving over to his right will make the running catch despite losing the hat from the wind, and that is the final out of the bottom of the first inning. So for the Ducks, no runs, 1 hit. They leave a man on base, and after 1 full here at Bethpage Ballpark, it's the Ducks nothing and the Blue Crabs nothing on the radio home of the Ducks, 103.9 RCN. Back here at Bethpage Ballpark, we are going to the top of the second inning. Ducks and the Blue Crabs scoreless after one, and it is time for the Ducks injury report, which is brought to you by Island Shore Physical Therapy, the official therapist of the Long Island Ducks. Well, as we heard in the pregame show, Kevin Baez was our guest, gave us some updates on a couple of the injured Ducks. Ben Broussard, who has missed some time with a calf strain, he has tried to play through it a couple times, but has not felt 100%. Has the day off again today. He will come back to the ballpark on Wednesday and Thursday, do some full activity work with the team, probably take some batting practice as well, see how it feels, and could play again when the Ducks hit the road for 7 games. They'll go to York for 4 and then Bridgeport for 3. And Kevin Baez targeting that road trip for his return. As for Josh Barfield, who has been out with his second hamstring injury of the year, He has been taking batting practice and been working out with the team, feeling better, but as Kevin Baez said, doesn't want to overexert it too soon and wants to wait till he is 100% before returning to the lineup. And so he will hopefully be able to return during the series against Camden. Wednesday and Thursday is that series, so we'll wait and see if his return happens during that series against Camden. And as for Ryan Strebe, he is still out, will be a few weeks away. He is dealing with a wrist injury. Let's look at the injury report. Bill Murphy had been bothered a little bit by an elbow issue, but he is scheduled to start on Wednesday. He will start Wednesday's game between the Ducks and the River Sharks here at Bethpage Ballpark. He'll oppose right-handed pitcher Jeff Farnsworth. And on Thursday, it'll be righty Nick DeBar for Long Island. He'll oppose righty Josh Walter. First pitch is outside, and that is ball 1 to Ryan Mulhern, the cleanup hitter and first baseman for Southern Maryland. 1-0 from Brownell, and that hits the outside corner for a called strike to even the count at 1-1. Mulhern at .315 on the year, 6 homers, 17 runs batted in. 1 ball, 1 strike offering. That is hit in the air to center field. Perales moving over towards right center. That wind taking the ball. That's going to drop in for a base hit. Mulhern around first. He is digging for second. And the throw into second base not in time. Mulhern in safely with a double. And I think Perales off that bat did not judge that ball well. And that's partially because of the wind. The wind was blowing big time towards right field right now. From left to right towards that right field foul pole. I think off the bat, Perales thought that was coming towards him in center field and then realized that ball had a little bit more jump on it and was being taken by the wind. So for Mulhern, he picks up the double, and that is his 5th double of the year, and a runner at second with nobody out for Southern Maryland. So that brings up Jose Salas, the catcher and 5-hitter. He bats from the left side. The first pitch is a fastball strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Home plate umpire Alex Trujillo a couple times will call the strikes out to his right, a couple times calls it in front of him. 0-1 pitch upcoming. Mulhern leads at second. Brownell deals and Salas pops this one up foul territory, third base side. That will land back into the crowd. Couple rows in back of the third base camera row. And Brownell quickly ahead here at 0-2. Salas did not play here on Friday night. Instead, it was Alvin Colina doing the catching. And Brownell here, a swing and a foul ball here at home plate. Home plate umpire Trujillo did not make a call at first, and I didn't know if that hit off the bat or hit off the hand or chest of Salas. He didn't seem like he was in pain or make his way down to first. Eventually, they rule a foul ball, so the count's still 0-2. Mulhern leads at second with nobody out. And the 0-2 from Brownell. Swing and a miss, strike 3. A little fastball by him up high. Second strikeout of the ball game for Brownell. That's the first out here in the second inning.
On that Cradle Aviation K-board in section 210.
So with one away, that'll bring up the right fielder Kyle Hankard.
Batting in the 6th position for the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs, right fielder number 15, Kyle Hankard, number 15.
Hankard bats from the right side. First name spelled C-Y-L-E, not K-Y-L-E, as is normally the case. So he comes up to the plate with Mulhern at second and 1 away. Brownell from the stretch. Kicks and fires, and the first pitch is a breaking ball that misses low and away. 4-1. Hankard at .273 on the year, 4 homers, 19 runs batted in. Where's the shin protector on that left leg. And the 1-0 from Brownell looks back to second, now deals to the plate and misses outside. And Brownell quickly behind here, 2 balls and no strikes. It's the first time that Brownell is facing Southern Maryland this year. Did not pitch in that 3-game set in Southern Maryland last Friday through Sunday. Brownell ready to go. His 2-0 offering is a fastball that missed up high. And Brownell behind on Hankard quickly 3-0 with Caesar Nicholas waiting on deck, the third baseman. Mulhern takes his lead at second base. Infield shaded around slightly to the left side. 3-0. Fastball right in there for a strike. And the count goes to 3-1. Quackerjack walking along the first base concourse saying hello to some of the fans here at the Duck Pond. Good turnout here for this first game of the day-night doubleheader today. The 3-1 pitch, swinging a liner foul. First base side out of play behind home plate. And Brownell has gotten the count back to 3-2 here on Hankard. Caesar Nicholas waiting on deck. Hankard the other night had a great ball game, 3 for 4 on Friday night. He had 2 runs scored and a run batted in. Picked up his 12th double of the year. 3-2 from Brownell, and Hankard will swing and miss for strike 3. Oh boy, did Brownell pull the string on that one for his 3rd strikeout of the ball game. Hankard took a big hack, but had no chance on that devastating curveball from Brownell. So 2 outs now, and that'll bring up Caesar Nicholas, the third baseman. Kevin Baez said before the game today that one of the keys for John Brownell is his fastball command. And that is certainly a key. If he gets his fastball working and he's able to throw it for strikes on a consistent basis, he is able to use that deceptive curveball that has the terrific movement to his advantage. And Brownell's curveball probably is his best pitch. The key is getting that fastball over. First pitch to Nicholas, swinging a foul ball at home plate. And the count goes to 0-1. Nicholas, the third baseman, struggling this year. His average at 190. 2 home runs, 13 runs batted in. Ducks had several guys who were really struggling at the beginning of the year, averaged down below 200, but guys like Navarrete and Lyons have definitely heated up a bit at the plate. 0-1. That fastball misses up and away to even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. And again, it's unfair to expect the same from Brownell that he had the last time out with that 9-inning shutout, complete game shutout of the River Sharks. The 1-1 pitch here is hit on the ground to short. Lyons gobbles it up on 3 hops, throws to first for the out. But Brownell gets around the leadoff double by Ryan Mulhern and retires the side without allowing a run. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left on base. Through an inning and a half here this afternoon, it is the Ducks nothing and the Blue Crabs nothing on the radio home of the Ducks, 103.9 RCN.
Now, fans, please direct your attention to the Duck Vision scoreboard in left center field. Here's a word from AccuData Payroll.
Welcome to AccuData Payroll, the home of personalized payroll service. For over 25 years delivering attention, accuracy, and service. We know each client on a first-name basis. Staff members answer our phones, not voicemail. Whether your business is large or small, with our cutting-edge technology, we can respond to your specific payroll needs. Whether you're paying 2 or 2,000 employees, AccuData provides cost-effective pricing guaranteed.
AccuData Payroll is ready to show you what great service is all about. Call us today.
And fans, don't forget, while you're up in the concourse, try your luck out at the Long Island Ducks Wheel of Prizes. The wheel is spinning right now. It's located on the main concourse in front of the water rink shop. And all you need is $1. And it's a great prizes from the Long Island Ducks. Stop by now at the Long Island Ducks Wheel of Prizes on the main concourse behind home plate. Hitting in the 5th position for the Long Island Ducks, the catcher, number 37, Ramon Castro. Number 37.
Bottom of the second inning at Bethpage Ballpark. No score between the Long Island Ducks and Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. It'll be Ramon Castro leading off for Long Island, and he will be followed by Adam Bailey and P.J. Phillips, 5, 6, and 7 in the Ducks order. No score yet as Castro steps to the plate, and Wade Corpy's first pitch here in the bottom of the second is taken low and inside for ball 1. Castro at 226 on the year. He's 19 for 84. 2 homers, 8 runs batted in. And the 1-0 from Corpy. That drops in for a strike to even up the count at 1-1. Castro is obviously starting the day game of the doubleheader, and it will likely be Ralph Henriquez to start behind the plate for the night game. And here a little blooper over first as the first baseman Mulhern crosses into foul territory and makes the catch. So a little pop out for Castro. And with one away, that'll bring up Adam Bailey.
6 for Long Island, right fielder, number 13, Adam Bailey, number 13.
So Castro's retired, and now the right fielder Adam Bailey steps up to the plate. Bailey hitting from the left side against the lefty Corpy. Again, one of 3 left-handers in the Ducks lineup against the lefty for Southern Maryland. First pitch on the way. And this one is taken outside for a ball. It's 1-0. Bailey hitting his 5th home run here of the season. On Friday night, a 2-run shot in the 9th inning that made a 12-5 game, a 12-7 contest. This one outside for ball 2. Bailey has certainly hit a lot of long balls as of late. In fact, in the last 6 games that the Ducks have homered, check out the last 5 games the Ducks have homered. The 19th through the 24th, he has homered in 3 of them. Foul ball here to make the count 2-1. Bailey has found some power as of late. Trying to get the Ducks on the board here in the second. 2-1 pitch, and he will take up and inside for ball 3. The Ducks right fielder ahead in the count, 3 balls and 1 strike. P.J. Phillips waiting on deck for Long Island. And the 3-1 is popped up in the air, first base side in foul territory. Mulhern chasing towards the Ducks dugout, and boy, did that wind really take the ball. Normally that is a pop-up in a foul territory, not too far off of the first base line, but that wind taking the ball immediately when it went into the air, and it blew it all the way into the Ducks dugout. So Bailey is still alive, and the count is full at 3-2. Infield shaded around to the right side. The second baseman way over in the hole. The shortstop almost behind second. And the 3-2 on the way from Corpy is swung on and missed for strike 3. Bailey chasing an outside pitch. First strikeout of the day for Corpy. And there's 2 away here in the second inning.
Hitting in the 7th position for your Long Island Ducks, the second baseman, number 9, P.J. Phillips, number 9.
That brings up P.J. Phillips. Phillips batting from the right side, second baseman and 7-hitter. And the first pitch is over the inside corner for strike 1. Phillips on the year is at 216, 8 for 37 with the Ducks, 1 homer, 6 runs batted in. A 1-0 here. Missed the inside corner to even the count at 1-1. No score between the Ducks and the Blue Crabs. Bottom of inning number 2. This pitch is in for a strike. Good fastball from Corpy. Count is now 1-2 on P.J. Phillips. Corpy working out of the windup. Gets the sign from Salas. The 1-2. Low and inside. Phillips had to jump out of the way of that pitch. The count even up at 2-2. This is Phillips' 11th game with the Ducks. Joined the team in the middle of this first half. 2-2. Up and outside. And that runs the count to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Ducks made a new acquisition yesterday as they signed and activated left-handed pitcher Royce Ring. 3-2. Phillips pops it foul behind the plate. Kevin Bias saying during the pregame show that Ring will most likely pitch in today's game, especially with it being a doubleheader. The Ducks needing to potentially go deeper into their bullpen. First game, though, just 7 innings, so Brownell might be able to go the distance. 3-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Another outside pitch that looked like Phillips tried to pull. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Corpy, and that retires the side in order. So the Ducks go down 1-2-3. We head to the third here at Bethpage Ballpark. No score, Ducks and Blue Crabs here on the radio home of the Ducks, 103.9 RCN. Back here at Bethpage Ballpark to the third inning we go here in Game 1 of today's day-night doubleheader. No score yet between the Ducks and the Blue Crabs. And it's time for today's third inning trivia, which is brought to you by Carvel. Carvel celebrating more than 75 years of making people happy. Well, the last time these two teams had faced off here on this field before Friday night was on September the 30th of 2012, Game 5 of the Liberty Division Championship Series, which saw the Long Island Ducks win it 5-4 over the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs to earn their second consecutive Liberty Division Championship, as well as their second straight appearance in the Atlantic League Championship Series. And the game will be remembered, of course, by that 3-run home run in the 8th inning, or check out the 2-run home run in the 8th inning by Brian Nelson that put the Ducks on top, 5-4. And a game that the Ducks, or to put the Ducks on top at the time, 4-3. They eventually would win the game 5-4. We want to know, though, who the winning pitcher was for the Ducks in that game. So the winning pitcher for the Ducks in Game 5 of last year's Liberty Division Championship Series. First pitch is taken for a called strike. 0-1 to the 8-hitter and center fielder Sean Smith. So we'll let you think about that, and we'll give you the answer in the bottom half of inning number 3. 0-1 from Brownell. And this one is a breaking ball hit on the ground to short. Lions charges. Fields has trouble with it. And safe at first base is going to be Sean Smith on the infield single. Lions had a tough time with the ball, kind of double clutched it a bit, and that probably allowed Smith to be safe, but that is not a tough play for Dan Lyons, having to race in on that slow roller to short. So an infield single, and Sean Smith is on at first base with nobody out. Second straight inning that the Blue Crabs have had their leadoff man on. That'll bring up the second baseman, Vladimir Sutil. This one is bunted up the first base line, but kicks foul. So the count goes to 0-1 on Sutil. So Sean Smith, who had that big 3-run home run here, part of a 3-hit night on Friday, gets the infield single to short. Now here is Sutil with a count of 0-1. Blue Crabs know that with a 7-inning game, every run is extremely important here early in the ball game. We'll see if Sutil tries to bunt now. He squares. The 0-1 is pulled back, taken up high for a ball. Throw down to second base is in time for the out. Great throw by Ramon Castro towards the first base side of the second base bag. Lion slaps the tag down. And the caught stealing goes 2-6, and there's one away now here in the third inning. So Smith gambling there, and he gets thrown out trying to steal second. Smith, his first caught stealing of the year. He's now 4 of 5. A count of 1-1 here on Sutil. Now he'll definitely be swinging away. Brownell's pitch, and Sutil will swing and miss, chase the ball down in the dirt. And the count now goes to 1-2. No scores we play here in the top half of inning number 3. Crowd's been quiet so far, waiting for something to get into the ball game. And a 1-2 pitch on the way. Breaking ball low and outside, and Sutil laid off. Count 2-2. Vladimir Sutil, whose first name begins with the letter W. It looks like Vladimir Sutil, but pronounced Vladimir. 260 on the year, no homers, 13 runs batted in. 2-2. On the outside corner, strike 3 called. Good slider there from Brownell. 4th strikeout of the ball game for the Ducks right-hander, first of which is looking. And quickly, there are 2 away here in the 3rd inning.
For the Blue Crabs, the shortstop, number 8, Rennie Osuna, number 8.
So with the bases empty and 2 down, Rennie Osuna will come up to bat. He hits from the right side and led off the game with a ground out to short. From the windup, first pitch from the Ducks right-hander is taken on the outside corner, fastball for strike 1. Osuna waving the bat from the right side. And the 0-1, swing and a miss. And the count now goes to 0-2. Brownell ready, kicks and fires. And this pitch is swung on and fouled off. First base side out of play. Count remains at 0-2 on Rennie Osuna. Ducks slightly shaded around to the left side. Nelson close to the line at 3rd. And this pitch is a swing and a miss for strike 3. Cuts through a high fastball. Second straight inning with 2 strikeouts for Brownell. He has 5 on the afternoon. And the Blue Crabs are retired in the 3rd. No runs, 1 hit, but nobody left on base. 2.5 innings already complete here at Bethpage Ballpark this afternoon. No score, Ducks and Blue Crabs on the radio home of the Ducks, 103.9 RCN.
But with their backsides, it'll be up to you, the fans, to decide who has the better painting and who will win the prize. Let's put 15 seconds on the clock. On your mark, get set, go. Looks like Kristen is using the side-to-side motion while Jenna is using the up and down. Cheer 'em on, folks. And we have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, fans, now it is up to you. Who was our winner? Was it Jenna? Or was it Kristen? All right, guys, I need to hear you. Was it? Was it Kristen? All right, it looks like our winner was Kristen. Congratulations. My prize Kristen and Avos. Avos Paints and Decorating has been a family-owned business since 1929 and is Long Island's largest Benjamin Moore retailer. Be sure to visit one of their 27 convenient locations.
Back here at Bethpage Ballpark, we go to the bottom half of inning number 3. No score, Ducks and Blue Crabs. Time for the answer to today's 3rd inning trivia, which is brought to you by Carvel. Carvel celebrating more than 75 years of making people happy. Well, today's question, again, the last time these 2 teams played before Friday night on this field, September 30th, 2012, Game 5 of the Liberty Division Championship Series, which the Ducks won 5-4. Brian Nelson with that go-ahead 2-run home run in the 8th inning, helping lead the Ducks to the win. We want to know who the winning pitcher was for Long Island. If you guessed tonight's Game 2 starter, Matt Way, you are correct. Matt Way pitched in relief. He was the Game 2 starter of that series, then came in relief with the Ducks trailing in the top of the 8th inning. He struck out the side in order. As this pitch is taken for a call strike by Murray Watts. He got Kevin Rio swinging, Jeremy Owen swinging, and Mike Daniel looking. And that set the Ducks up for that big bottom of the 8th inning. As this pitch misses low and outside for ball 1. In which Brandon Singh had a 1-out single to center. Nelson hit the 2-run home run to right. And then later in the inning, an RBI single by Sean Williams scored Matt Esquivel. As this pitch is hit high in the air to right center field shallow. Coming in is Sean Smith. Going out is the second baseman Sutil, and it's going to drop in right field. And that will bring Watts to second. He'll stop right there. That's going to be a double for Murray Watts. As again, that wind giving the outfielders a hard time. And it went over the head of the second baseman Sutil in front of the right fielder Kyle Hankard. And it'll be a double for Murray Watts, his 3rd of the season. Neither of the infielders or outfielders touched that ball as it fell in right. A very tough play. It just fell right into no man's land. So the first extra base hit of the ball game for the Ducks. And Watts is at second with nobody out. Let's see what the Ducks can do with it. Here is the shortstop, Dan Lyons. Corpy gets the sign from Salas. Now working out of the stretch. And the first pitch to Lyons hit on the ground to the left side. Backhanded stop by the shortstop, Osuna. The long throw to first is in time for the out. Nice play there by Osuna, and it keeps the runner at second. So Lions retired on one pitch, one out here in the third.
Center fielder, number 26, Danny Perales. Number 26.
That's going to bring Danny Perales to the plate. Ducks have had some struggles this year when swinging first pitch, and Lions thought he got a good one there from Corpy and hit the ball well, just not far enough to the side of Osuna. So with one on and one out, here is Danny Perales, the lefty swinger, who grounded to first his first time up. First pitch on the way from Corpy. Perales hits a high pop-up in the air on the infield to the left side. The third baseman coming in and making the catch is Cesar Nicholas. So after a leadoff double, 2 pitches and 2 outs for Wade Corpy. The Ducks, who had been so patient throughout the early part of this game with Corpy, making him throw a ton of pitches, getting aggressive here in this third inning. After the double on a 1-1 pitch by Watts, ground out and a pop-out on 2 pitches, and here is Joash Brodin. So Brodin comes to the plate hitting from the right side. A base hit now needed to try and get that runner home from second. And the first pitch is a breaking ball in there for a strike. Brodin has hit, for the most part, equally well against righties and lefties. He's got a .304 average against right-handed hitters and a .378 average against lefties. We'll see what he can do here against the lefty. He fly to center his first time up. The 0-1 is outside. And that evens up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Ray Navarrete waits on deck. He got the first hit of the ball game with a single to left in the bottom of the first. No score yet. 2 hits on each side. On the 1-1. Under the hands, in for a called strike. And now a 1 ball, 2 strike count on Joash Brodin. Talked about it here on Friday night with that wind blowing out to right field towards the foul pole. You get a ball in the air to right field. It's going to create a lot of adventures and very well could carry out over that wall. Doesn't really seem like the wind is blowing out, but blowing more from left to right. As Brodin takes low to even the count at 2-2. Doesn't really seem like the wind is blowing in. Doesn't seem like it's blowing out. It's just straight towards that right field foul pole. Think from the left field pole to the right field pole on a direct line. 2-2. Brodin takes way inside. Got to move the legs out of the way quickly. Count is now full with 3 balls and 2 strikes. Watts likely will not be going here. It's not a force situation. No runner at first, just a runner at second. And Watts does not have great speed. So count full on Brodin. 3 balls, 2 strikes with 2 out. Corpy bent over as he looks in for the sign from Salas. And the 3-2. Swinging a line drive foul down the left field line. Good hard hit baseball for Brodin, but he hit it about 3 or 4 feet to the left of the chalk down the left field line. So we'll do it once again after Julio Ruiz picks up the baseball, tosses it into the Blue Crabs bullpen. Brodin steps out. Now we'll get back into the batter's box. Watts will take his lead at second. And the 3 ball, 2 strike pitch on the way from Corpy. Brodin will take inside for ball 4. Good at bat there for Joash Brodin. He draws the first walk of the game by a Ducks hitter, and it's our first Municipal Credit Union walk with a purpose. Every time a Ducks batter walks, the Quackerjack Foundation wins. So with the walk, it prompts the catcher, Salas, to come out to the mound and talk things over briefly with the lefty, Corpy. So here is Navarrete digging in from the right side. Again, he had that 2-out single back in the opening inning to left field. A single here could give the Ducks a 1-0 lead. Watts leads at second, Brodin at first with 2 out. And the first pitch on the way is outside for ball 1. By the way, with that walk, Joash Brodin extends his season-long on-base streak to 16 games now, the longest by a Duck this year. So Brodin keeps that streak alive, still looking for his first hit, though. 1-0. That is in there for a called strike, and that evens up the count at 1-1. Navarrete was 1 for 4 here on Friday night. Left-hander gets the sign. Corpy looks back towards second a couple times. Now deals to the plate. Navarrete swings and hits a high fly ball in the air to left field. Ruiz going back, still going back. He's not going to catch this one. It drops in for a base hit. Watts is in to score. Brodin around third. He is going to try to score. Here comes the relay throw to the plate, and it is not in time. It's a 2-run double to left field for Ray Navarrete, and the Long Island Ducks take a 2-0 lead here in the third inning. Big decision there by Kevin Baez to send the speedy Brodin around third. It was a close play at the plate, but Brodin got in just ahead of the tag. And the left fielder, Jose Julio Ruiz, was playing fairly shallow against Navarrete, and Ray was able to lift the ball over his head. So Navarrete now 2 for 2 in the ballgame. He gets RBIs 16 and 17 on the year on what is his 9th double of the season, which leads the Ducks team. So the Ducks strike first. They take the early lead. Here is Bryant Nelson. And he tried to ask for time, but doesn't get it. And the first pitch here is a fastball low and inside for ball 1. Nelson fly to right his first time up. And a 1-0 pitch, up and outside. And Corpy quickly behind here, 2 balls and no strikes. So Brodin scores from first, Watts from second on the double by Ray Navarrete. Just like the Ducks did in the first inning yesterday, they put a 2 spot up on the board. (2-0) from Corpy. Nelson taking all the way again, making Corpy throw him a strike, and that misses for ball 3. So the Ducks getting a 2-out hit there. Brodin works the walk with a good at bat with 2 out, and Navarrete follows it up with a 2-run double. And here comes a 3-0 to Nelson. He'll take all the way. That is in there for a strike, as Corpy delivered it right down the middle. So the count goes to 3-1. 2 doubles in the inning for the Ducks. Long Island now up to 61 doubles on the year as a team. Right now it's York leading the league with 65 doubles entering today. 3-ball, 1-strike pitch from Corpy to Nelson, and this one is taken for a strike. Nelson thought about swinging, but took it on the outside corner, and Corpy has battled back from 3-0 to run the count full at 3-2. Again, Navarrete doesn't have good speed, likely will not be going off the pitch from Corpy with 2 men out. Ducks now with 3 hits in the ball game, and the 3-2 on the way to Nelson. Here comes the pitch, and Nelson takes downstairs for ball 4. So 3 straight Ducks have reached with 2 outs, a walk, the 2-run double, and now a walk to Nelson, and it is another Municipal Credit Union walk with a purpose. Every time a Ducks batter walks, the Quacker Jack Foundation wins. And that's going to prompt a visit to the mound by the pitching coach, Joe Gannon, for Southern Maryland. Bottom of the third inning here at Bethpage Ballpark. And it's the Long Island Ducks now with a 2-0 lead. Joe Gannon, a former pitcher for the Blue Crabs. He's actually a player coach. He is on the inactive list right now, but has the ability to get activated and pitch if need be. And he's also serving as the pitching coach, the knuckleballer, who has pitched for a long time here in the Atlantic League for a few different teams. So Gannon has the quick chat on the mound, and now we'll head back behind home, back to the dugout on the third base side, and that brings up Ramon Castro. Joe Gannon began his Atlantic League career in 2004 with Newark. In 2005, he played for Nashua, Newark, and Somerset. 2006 with Newark. 2008, 2009, 2011, and 2012 with Southern Maryland. He also spent some time last year with Lancaster, just 1 game. And Castro crushes the first pitch deep, but foul down the left field line for strike 1. Oh boy, did Castro crush that baseball. It was a little bit out in front of it and just missed the 3-run homer. So the count now 0-1 on Castro, who popped out foul the first his first time to the plate. The 0-1 pitch upcoming. Corpy looking in for the sign. Now gets the pitch he likes, but time is called. Last time Wade Corpy had pitched in a professional game before today was on September 27th last year at Lancaster in the playoffs. Gave up a run in 1 inning, walked 3 batters in that inning. And here, Castro flares one in the left field shallow. It's going to drop in for a base hit. Ruiz picks the ball up, fires it back in. Navarrete is going to try and score. Here comes the throw to the plate, and it is in time. Navarrete is out. Kevin Baez centering Navarrete around third despite not having the great speed, and the play is made at the plate just barely. So for Castro, he gets the single, and Navarrete put out 7-2 at home plate for the final out of this bottom of the third inning. But for the Ducks, they get 2 runs on the board on 3 hits, no errors. They leave 2 on base, and through 3 innings of play, it's the Ducks 2, the Blue Crabs nothing on the radio home of the Ducks, 103.9 RCN. To the 4th inning at Bethpage Ballpark, Ducks with a 2-0 lead over the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. And Ducks fans discover the real difference at Huntington Honda West and get straight down the middle savings on Long Island's #1 lineup of Honda certified used cars. Huntington Honda West doesn't play games or small ball. Check out the giant indoor showroom along with hundreds of premium used vehicles available at HuntingtonHondaCars.com or visit Huntington Honda West on Jericho Turnpike just a half-mile east of Route 110. So the Ray Navarrete 2-run double to left field has put the Ducks on top. Could have been more, as Castro singled to left with runners at first and second with 2 out. And Ray Navarrete, who does not have great speed, sent around third by Kevin Baez. I think he sent him initially, then tried to stop him, but it was too late for Navarrete. He kept running, and the play was made just in time at home plate for the out. So that prevents the Ducks from scoring, and if Navarrete had held at third, the Ducks would have had the bases loaded for Adam Bailey, who again has been hot with home runs as of late, and had a 2-run shot here on Friday night, but instead he doesn't get the chance with the bases loaded. So now Brownell goes back to the mound with a 2-0 lead. Again, this is a 7-inning game here, the first game of this day-night doubleheader today. And the first pitch to Brian Barton, taken for a called strike on the outside corner from Brownell. So far, just 2 hits for the Blue Crabs, a double by Mulhern, an infield single by Smith. Brownell with 5 strikeouts through the first 3 innings. And the 0-1. That is on the outside corner, but taken, and the first base umpire, Matt Beaver, says that Barton did not go around on the check swing, so the count is now even at 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1 on the way, and this is lifted in the air to shallow right field. Racing in is Bailey. He's going to have to play it on a hop. It's a base hit, so a leadoff single to right for Barton. He is now 1 for 2 in the game, and that's going to bring up Jose Julio Ruiz.
Left fielder, number 38, Jose Julio Ruiz, number 38.
So after the 9-inning complete game shutout on May the 20th, and the first 3 scoreless innings here today, Brownell has a 12-inning scoreless streak right now. Runner at first, nobody out is Barton. First pitch to Ruiz is a swing and a miss for strike 1. Ruiz struck out his first time up, and his first name Jose, and then you've got Julio-Ruiz. He hits from the left side. And the 0-1 coming from Brownell with Barton leading off first. He goes. Pitch is hit foul, third base side off the facing of the suite level. The count quickly 0-2. Patrick Osborne, the manager of the Blue Crabs, who is coaching down at third base, putting the hit and run on there. Barton does have very good speed. This year he is 7 for 7 in the stolen base department. And Osborne wants to try and get at least 1 run back up on that scoreboard after the Ducks 2 spot in the bottom of the third. See if Barton goes here. He does not. And the pitch is hit on the ground to short. Could be 2. Lyons will take it to the bag himself. Throw to first in time. A 6-3 double play. Just what the doctor ordered for Brownell. And just like that, 2 away here in the 4th inning. So the Ducks turn the 6-3 double play. Barton put out at second, 6 unassisted. The Lions decided to take it himself, probably the smarter move, rather than risking the flip to second that could have had the ball go away. So quickly 2 outs after the leadoff single by Barton, and that'll bring up Ryan Mulhern, who doubled to right in his first at bat. First pitch from Brownell, and Mulhern will take a big breaking ball just off the outside corner. Castro wanted that pitch. The count is now 1-0. Mulhern hit a fly ball into the right center field gap. Danny Perales had a little trouble misjudging it in center. On a 1-0 is outside for ball 2. That wind that's blowing towards that right field foul pole really took control of that ball. Took it to the left and over the head of Perales. So Mulhern trying for a hit here to keep the inning alive, but he's got an ahead of the count, 2-0. And Brownell's pitch, it's in there for a strike. And the count goes to 2-1. Blue Crabs have sent the minimum 3 up in the first and the third innings, and Brownell trying to do the same here in the fourth. 2-1. Fastball on the outside corner for a strike. Good pitch from Brownell. And the count now even at 2-2. Kick the pitch on the way. And this is flared in the air to the right side. The second baseman, P.J. Phillips, on the edge of the outfield grass will make the catch. And that retires the side in the fourth. So for the Blue Crabs, they get no runs on 1 hit. And because of the double play, nobody's left on base. 3.5 innings through here in Game 1 of today's doubleheader between the Ducks and the Blue Crabs. Ducks ahead 2-0 on the radio home of the Ducks, 103.9 RCN. You could throw an extra one in here. They're changing pitchers.
And baseball fans, up on the Duck Vision scoreboard at left center field are today's groups in attendance. The Long Island Ducks would like to thank each group for their valuable support, especially the big group that we have here from the Body Language Theater Troupe, who will be singing God Bless America later on during today's ball game. If you're interested in bringing a group to the ballpark, please stop by the Sports Authority ticket kiosk on the main concourse suite behind Hope Lake. For more information on how you can bring your group to Bethpage Ballpark for Long Island Ducks baseball.
Not good.
And fans, today's clubhouse meal is sponsored by Division Avenue Deli and Caterers, located at 44 Division Avenue in Levittown, just a block north of Hempstead Turnpike. That's Division Avenue Deli and Caterers in Levittown, home of the Double S.
We go to the bottom of the fourth inning here at Bethpage Ballpark. New pitcher is in for the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. It's left-hander Logan Williamson. He replaces Wade Corpy, who lasts just 3 innings. Wasn't expected to go too far, as this is his first start of the season and spent a lot of time last year as a reliever. So a new pitcher, we'll talk about him in a moment. First, want to remind fans that now they can enjoy the taste of Australian Outback at discounted prices just by attending Ducks games here at Bethpage Ballpark. During every Friday home game, Ducks staff members will be handing out coupons for $5 off with the purchase of 2 lunch entrees at Outback Steakhouse to fans. And whether you're enjoying one of their delicious USDA choice steaks or one of many Aussie Tizers, Outback takes great pride in serving the freshest, highest quality foods possible. They're now open on Saturday and Sunday for lunch beginning at 11 o'clock a.m. And you can join them every Wednesday as well for No Worries Wednesday with a complete meal for 2 starting at just $25. At Outback, it's all about the quality and all about the food. So the new pitcher, Logan Williamson, will face 6, 7, and 8 in the Ducks order. It will be the lefty swinging Adam Bailey, followed by the righty P.J. Phillips, and then the lefty Murray Watts. Ducks with a 2-0 lead. And the first pitch on the way from Williamson is taken low and inside for ball 1. Williamson enters with a record of 1-0, 2.37 ERA, 13 games and 2 starts on the year. 1-0 is popped in the air, third base side in foul territory behind home plate, and that is back in the crowd. Nice catch by a fan on the lower concourse with the glove. And that evens up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. This is the 14th appearance for Williamson. He's thrown 19 innings, and he takes on the outside corner a called strike, the count 1-2. 19 innings, 17 hits. He's allowed 5 runs, all of them earned, 5 walks to 12 strikeouts. And the 1 ball, 2 strike pitch on the way is swung on and missed. Bailey strikes out. Second time today he has struck out after he K'd 3 times here on Friday night.
Number 9, P.J. Phillips, number 9.
That's the first strikeout for Williamson, 1 out, and that'll bring up P.J. Phillips. Final line for Corpy today. He can lose it, he cannot win it. 3 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned. He walked 2 and struck out 2 as well. Through 59 pitches, 32 of which were 4 strikes. Here's Phillips from the right side. First pitch, Phillips squares to bunt, pulls back, and he takes low for ball 1. Phillips a strikeout victim back in the second inning. (1-0) upcoming. Kick and the pitch on the way is line in the air to right field. Charging in is the right fielder Hankard. He is going to reach out and make the catch as he races towards the line. Nice play there by Kyle Hankard on a sinking liner from Phillips. Phillips is now 0 for 2, 2 outs in the inning, and up will step the first baseman Murray Watts.
That's first baseman, number 39, Murray Watts, number 39.
Williamson last pitched on May the 23rd at Bridgeport. Through a scoreless inning, 1 hit, 1 walk, no strikeouts. First pitch here to Watts is a big swing and a miss, hard fastball. And the count 0-1. Watts with a double his first at bat, a pop-up double in a right center. This one misses for a ball, leaving the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Later scored on that 2-run double by Navarrete. 1-1 is outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. This is not the only doubleheader going on today in the Atlantic League. Somerset and Bridgeport also playing a twin bill, not a single admission twin bill, 2 7-inning games. Here Watts lines one in a right field past the leaping try of the second baseman Sutil. So a base hit for Murray Watts, who is now 2 for 2 on the afternoon. Another 2-out hit for the Ducks.
Look at the Ducks shortstop, number 12, Dan Lyons, number 12.
It's the third 2-out hit of the game for the Ducks. 3 of their 5 hits have come with 2 outs here in game 1. And so with 2 away, that's going to bring up Dan Lyons, the shortstop and 9-hitter, who was retired on the first pitch he saw on his first at bat. Somerset and Bridgeport, game 1 of their doubleheader already complete. Game 2 will begin in about 30 minutes or so. First pitch misses up high for a ball to Lyons, and the count 1-0. Ducks trying to add to their 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the 4th. 2 out, 1 on. 1-0 is hit on the ground towards second. Sutil will gobble it up, go the short way to second for the 4-6 force out, and that retires the side here in inning number 4. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left on base for the Ducks. We have played 4 complete here at Bethpage Ballpark. It's the Ducks 2, the Blue Crabs nothing on the radio home of the Ducks, 103.9 RCN.
Alternating turns, our two contestants will roll bowling balls, and the goal is to be closest to Polino and Orleans our 300 Long Island bowling pin. All right, first up is son James. James, take it away. All right, Tony, now it's your turn. Moving on, another shot. Let's see what you got. Very close, very good shot, James. And also a very steady shot. It looks like they're almost side by side. Tony, last roll. What do you
Baseball fans, we'd like to remind you that today's game is a 7-inning affair. We have another game tonight beginning at 7 o'clock against the Blue Crabs because of last night's rain postponement. Tonight at 7 o'clock, the Long Island Ducks will take on the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs with a Gucci fireworks extravaganza right after the game. So this afternoon's game is 7 innings, so we can allow...
John Brownell set to begin his 5th inning of work here in Game 1 of today's doubleheader between the Long Island Ducks and the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. A game slated for 7 innings. We go to the top of the 5th. Ducks with a 2-0 lead on the Ray Navarrete 2-run double in the 3rd. And Ducks fans, don't forget to stop by the Waddle Inn Shop on your next visit here to the Duck Pond, where exclusive, hard-to-find Ducks memorabilia is now on sale. Proceeds benefit the Quacker Jack Foundation, the charitable arm of the Long Island Ducks. It'll be Jose Salas, Kyle Hankard, Caesar Nicholas, 5, 6, and 7 in the order for Southern Maryland. Brownell has struck out 5 through the first 4 innings. And the first pitch to Salas is a breaking ball in there for strike 1. Now 13 straight scoreless innings for Brownell, and he has faced 3 batters in 3 of the 4 innings here today. This first pitch, check that the 0-1 is flared into foul territory on the third base side. Brian Nelson will make the catch. And there's 1 out here in the 5th inning. Blue Crabs really haven't had too many hard-hit balls off of John Brownell. Barton had the flare single to right in the 4th, and Ryan Mulhern had the double to right center in the 2nd. That was really the only hard-hit ball, was that double hit by Mulhern in the 2nd. Gapper line drive. The Sean Smith infield single to short was a slow roller. And the Barton single to right was a flare single that fell in front of Adam Bailey. This one is downstairs for ball 1 to Kyle Hankard. So far just 1 hard hit ball by the Blue Crabs off of Brownell. It seems like that new hairdo really has been working well for Brownell. 1-0, swing and a miss. Big hack by Hankard on a pitch diving over the outside corner. And that evens up the count at 1-1. Hankard might have caught a piece of that and fouled it into the glove of Castro. Hankard struck out back in the 2nd inning. Entered the game hitting .273, 4 homers, 19 runs batted in. And this pitch is hit in the air to left center field, hit well. Perales chasing back, he looks up, and you can forget it. A long solo home run over the wall in left center for Kyle Hankard, his 5th of the year. On a ball that just kept carrying out to left center field. Now the Blue Crabs are on the scoreboard. They trail 2-1. So that ends the shutout streak for Brownell at 13 innings. Hankard picks up his 5th homer, his 20th run batted in, and they cut the Ducks' lead in half. So 1 run is in, and that'll bring up Caesar Nicholas, the 3rd baseman, hitting from the right side. First pitch on the way from Brownell. This is a breaking ball that just missed low and outside for ball 1. Kyle Hankard didn't seem like off the bat he had gotten all of it, but again, that ball just kept carrying and cleared the wall in left center field. 1-0 from Brownell. That's on the outside corner for a strike. Nicholas thought that one was too far outside. First home run of the year for Hankard against the Ducks. And a 1-1 pitch. They swung and grounded foul along the third base side. And Brownell has gotten the count in his favor at 1-2. That was also Hankard's his 5th home run of the season, but his first on the road. Actually, check that. All 5 of his home runs have come on the road this year. This one is up high for a ball. Count goes to 2-2. For Hankard, who hits from the right side, Southern Maryland is a great hitting ballpark for right-handed hitters, but none of his home runs have come at home this year, all of them on the road. 2-2, on the ground to the right side and through, a base hit for Caesar Nicholas. For the first time in this game, the Blue Crabs have picked up 2 hits in an inning. And it's been 2 hard hit balls in a row.
Center fielder, number 1, Sean Smith.
Now the tying run on base for Southern Maryland with 1 out, and that'll bring up the center fielder, Sean Smith. Brownell to this point, 63 pitches, 45 for strikes. He's been fairly efficient and been cruising along until that home run by Hankard. It's now 2 straight hits. Now runner at first, 1 out. Here is Sean Smith, and the first pitch is up and away on a fastball. The count 1-0. Smith reached on an infield single to short back in the 3rd inning, then was caught stealing 2nd. Wind now blowing out towards right field and then again towards that foul pole. 1-0. That's upstairs, and Brownell is behind here. 2 balls and no strikes. Seen a couple times this season where Brownell has started off well and then lost his control, lost his composure in the middle of a start. Trying to avoid that here in the 5th inning. 2-0 on the way. Smith swings and misses. Good breaking ball. Smith way out in front of it. The count goes to 2-1. Brownell has gotten 1 ground ball double play in this game. That was last inning off the bat of Julio Ruiz. And he would certainly take another one here. 2-1 pitch. And this one swung on and missed. Again, the breaking ball. And again, Smith was out in front of it. Might have caught a piece, and the count is now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Each team now with 5 hits in the ballgame. Ducks holding a 2-1 lead. A 2-ball, 2-strike pitch coming from Brownell to Smith. Right-hander set at the belt, kicks and fires, and this one is a fastball up high, 4-3. We mentioned one game already final. Somerset Patriots 9-4 winners up in Bridgeport in game 1 of a doubleheader today. Brad Thompson the win, Josh Butler the loss. Thompson improves to 3-1. Butler falls to 2-2. No home runs in the game from either side. 3-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Big fastball from John Brownell. And Smith cuts right through it. 6 strikeout for the Ducks right-hander. And a big second out here in the 5th inning. And now it'll be Vladimir Sutil. Game 2 of the doubleheader between Somerset and Bridgeport has not gotten underway yet, beginning approximately 30 minutes after the completion of Game 1. One other game going on right now, that's in Camden, where the York Revolution have a 5-0 lead over the River Sharks, top of the 4th inning. First pitch, popped in the air, foul, first base side and out of play. And that is strike 1 to Sutil. Corey Thurman, the starter for the Revolution. He's thrown 3 hitless innings thus far. On the other side, Rich Kulik, the starter. He's allowed 5 runs in 3 2/3 innings. Southern Maryland led by Andy Marte, who has 3 RBIs. 0-1 upcoming here to Sutil. The pitch is swung and lifted in the air down the right field line, twisting foul and out of play. Brownell quickly ahead, 0-2. Later tonight, it'll be this game between the Sugarland Skeeters and Lancaster Barnstormers at Clipper Magazine Stadium in Lancaster. 6 o'clock p.m. start time there, and of course here, 7 o'clock p.m. will be Game 2 of this day-night doubleheader. 0-2 from Brownell. Fastball up high for a ball. It's 1-2. One game going on among the locals in the major leagues right now. Tampa Bay Rays have a 4-0 lead over the Yankees in the final game of their 3-game series down in Tampa. Sean Rodriguez, his 2nd home run of the year. CC Sabathia against Alex Cobb. 1-2. Chopped on the ground slowly here to short. Lions charges, feels, and has trouble with the baseball. Sutil was going to probably beat that out anyway. And that's going to be an infield single for Sutil. And now runners at 1st and 2nd for Southern Maryland with 2 out. And boy, has Lions been having a tough day here so far. And now we're going to get a pinch runner at 2nd base as Mike Richard is going to go in as the pinch runner for Caesar Nicholas. Patrick Osborne knows he's the tying run and knows how important these runs are at this stage of the ball game. In a 9-inning game, it's still a little bit early in the game. But in a 7-inning game, it is starting to get late.
Batting for the Blue Crabs, the shortstop, number 8.
Realizing that is Patrick Osborne, so he wants more speed on the base paths. He puts Richard in as the pinch runner at 2nd. And now Rennie Osuna, who's 0 for 2, will come to the plate here with 2 on and 2 out. And the Ducks clinging to a 1-run lead here in the 5th. Brownell is set at the belt. First pitch on the way, and Osuna will swing and hit this one deep down the right field line, but twisting foul and out of play. Up onto the handicap ramp down the right field line, and the count is 0-1. Osuna is grounded to short and struck out. Mets and Braves later tonight at 8 o'clock. The ESPN Sunday night game. Sean Markham for the Mets, who's 0-5 with a 6.59 ERA. As this pitch is up and inside for a ball, leaving the count at 1-1. Julio Teheran for the Braves, 3-1, 3.99 ERA. Game 3 between the Heat and the Pacers in Indiana tonight. That series tied at a game apiece. Game will begin at about 8:30. 1-1 upstairs for a ball. Count goes to 2-1. LA Kings looking for their 2nd consecutive trip to the Western Conference Finals. Game 6 in San Jose tonight against the Sharks. That game beginning at 8 o'clock p.m. A win for LA would put them into the Western Conference Finals. 2-ball, 1-strike pitch coming to Osuna. First and second, 2 out. This pitch is a fastball low and away. And Brownell is now behind 3 balls and 1 strike. If Osuna gets on, Brian Barton would be next. Ducks ahead 2-1 here in the top of the 5th inning. Brownell ready. Here comes a 3-1 pitch, and this one is swung and fouled back to the screen behind home plate by Osuna. And the count has gone full at 3-2. Big point in the ball game here. Again, this game slated for 7 innings. Ducks hold a 2-1 lead, but first and second for the Blue Crabs with 2 out. The runners will be off on this 3-2 pitch coming from Brownell. Right-hander gets the sign from Castro. Here comes the 3-2 to Rennie Osuna. Pitch on the way, and that's low for ball 4. Blocked at home plate by Castro. First walk allowed by Brownell on the day. And 4 Blue Crabs have reached in the inning, and the base is now loaded with 2 men out for Brian Barton.
Southern Maryland designated hitter, number 11, Brian Barton. Number 11.
So the pinch runner Richards goes to third, and Sutil goes to second. And that's going to bring Steve Foucault out of the dugout to talk things over with Brownell and try and settle him down.
Bethpage Kids Club winner is Jaden Kilmer. Jaden Kilmer, congratulations.
We've seen this a couple times during this season, specifically his last start here at Bethpage Ballpark, which was back on May the 15th against York. Brownell got into some trouble through the first 3 innings, but kept the Revolution off the scoreboard, and then in the 4th inning, the Revolution hit him hard as he faced 8 batters in that inning, and 7 of the 8 reached, and he had to get lifted after 3 1/3 innings, allowing 7 runs. And entering that inning, the Ducks had a 3-0 lead at the time, and then the Blue Crabs scored 10, the Revolution scored 10 in that 4th inning, and put the game out of reach in a 14-8 win. And here today, the Ducks with a 2-0 lead going into this 5th inning, but a 1-out solo homer by Hankard, a single to right by Nicholas, and then after a strikeout, an infield single by Sutil, a walk to Osuna. The base is now loaded with 2 men out, and here is Brian Barton. First pitch to Barton, and that's downstairs. Brownell losing the strike zone a little bit, and the count 1-0. Barton today is 1 for 2. He had a flare single in a right field last inning. He's also grounded out to third. Here comes a 1-0. Swinging a chopper here towards short. Lyons will field. Oh, he dropped the ball, and everybody's going to be safe. Dan Lyons dropped the ball on what would have been the final out of the inning. The tying run scores, and we are all tied at 2. Dan Lyons has had a tough day there at short. He's had to try and make a couple of plays.
Left fielder, number 30.
Racing in, hasn't been able to make them, although the infielders would have probably, or the runners would have been safe anyway. Here, that's a clear error on what would have been the final out of the inning. No RBI and unearned run, and we are all tied up at 2 apiece, and that takes Corpy off the hook. So now Jose Julio Ruiz will try and put the Blue Crabs in front. The first pitch is downstairs for ball 1. It looked like Lyons there tried to get the out before he got the ball. Was racing towards that second base bag and did not come up with it cleanly. His 4th error of the year. Base is still loaded, and 1-0 swung on and missed. Good pitch there by Brownell. There's still time obviously in this game, but it's important here for Brownell to get out of further trouble and not let the error get to him and allow this to turn into a bigger inning for Southern Maryland. The 1-1 pitch from the right-hander. Kicks and fires, and Julio Ruiz takes low and inside, and the count now 2-1. Julio Ruiz is the 8th man to bat in this inning. Brownell now up to 84 pitches, 55 for strikes, and still trying for the final out of this inning. 3 straight have reached with 2 out for Southern Maryland. 2-ball, 1-strike pitch coming. Brownell kicks and fires, and this one is swung on and hit on the ground to third. Nelson will field. He will go across the diamond to first. It's low, and Watts digs it out, saving Nelson of the error. And that retires the side in the 5th. A sloppy 5th for the Ducks. 2 runs on 3 hits, 1 big error. And after 5 innings of play, the Ducks and the Blue Crabs are now tied at 2. We're going to keep things here, right here on this Memorial Day weekend for God Bless America, which is going to be performed today by the Body Language Theater Troupe.
Stand beside her and
Beautiful performance of God Bless America here today by the Body Language Theater Troupe on this Memorial Day weekend. 2-2 the score. We go to the bottom of the fifth after this on the radio home of the Ducks, 103.9 RCN. Back here at Bethpage Ballpark, now the game tied at 2 as we go to the bottom of the fifth inning. One defensive change for Southern Maryland, as Brandon Jones will take over at third base after Mike Richard at pinch ran for Caesar Nicholas in the top half of this inning. So Jones is now at third base here in the bottom of the fifth. He is the brother of Brian Nelson, both of them out of Crosset, Arkansas. So Jones is at third, and it's Danny Perales at the plate to lead things off against Logan Williamson. He delivers a called strike in the count 0-1. Blue Crabs with 3 hits in the inning, helped out by an error from Dan Lyons, tie the game up at 2. And the 0-1 of Perales here is hit high in the air, shallow left center field. Left fielder Julio Ruiz going over, now called off by the center fielder Smith, who makes the catch. The two nearly collide. Perales is now 0 for 3, and there's one out here in the fifth inning. Ducks have to try and grab that lead back with the top half of their order. Ducks had a 2-0 lead going into that fifth. A solo homer by Kyle Hankard and the error by Lyons on a chopper to short that would have ended the inning, allowing the second run to score. So here's Joash Brodeen. With the bases empty, 1 out. Brodeen has a walk and a fly out in today's ball game, and the first pitch here is hit on the ground to third. Gobbled up by Jones, and he throws across the diamond in time for the out. Brodeen retired on 1 pitch. He is now 0 for 2. And with 2 away, that's going to bring up the DH, Ray Navarrete.
Designated hitter, number 16, Ray Navarrete, number 16.
Well, Navarrete has been the Ducks' offense for the most part in this ball game. He has driven in both of the runs. He's 2 for 2 with a single, a double, and 2 RBIs. Comes up with the bases empty and 2 out here in the bottom of the fifth inning. From the windup, first pitch from Williamson is taken on the outside corner for strike 1. Ducks with 5 hits in the ballgame, Southern Maryland with 6. And the 0-1 on the way from Williamson is swung and fouled back to the screen behind home plate for strike 2. Williamson is 6 foot, 210-pound left-hander out of Great Lakes, Illinois. Last year was with San Angelo, another independent league team. Been to the Double-A level before in his career. 0-2, up and inside for a ball. And the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes on Navarrete with Brian Nelson waiting on deck. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Williamson. He kicks and fires, and Navarrete grounds one through the left side, a base hit. 3 for 3, Ray Navarrete on the day. A line drive single on the ground through the left side. So he's got 2 singles and a double, and that puts the go-ahead run on here for Brian Nelson.
Number 21, Brian Nelson, number 21.
So here is Nelson, who has flied to right and walked in his 2 plate appearances today. Switch hitter batting right-handed against the lefty Williamson. That's the second hit for the Ducks off the lefty here in this ball game, as he pitches his second full inning of relief. First pitch on the way, and Nelson will swing away and rocket one into center field. Charging in is Smith, and he will make the catch. Nelson hit the ball right on the money, but it results in an out, and the side retired in the 5th. Again, a first pitch swing there for the Ducks. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, a runner left on base. Ducks have left 5 in this game. We head to the 6th here at Bethpage Ballpark, all tied up at 2 on the radio home of the Ducks, 103.9 RCN.
Lower.
And it is higher. All right, we're still going to do the last one. Ted Williams, $800, higher or lower?
Higher.
And it is higher. All right, well, you didn't get the 2 out of 3, but we're still going to give you the gift card courtesy of Snyder Sports. And be sure to check out the Snyder Sports store in Garden City at the Roosevelt Field Mall. Thanks for playing.
You know, baseball fans, today we have another ball game coming up at 7 o'clock tonight against the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. And you know, at every ball game we have cleanup hitters. Now, because we have another game tonight at 7 o'clock, we ask for your help by passing concession debris to the end of the aisle, because our cleanup hitters, Long Island Duck ushers, will be collecting that debris so we can help clean up the ballpark before the start of our second game.
Fans following all season long as the Long Island Ducks try and meet the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 home runs, Chappie's Funeral Homes will donate $5,000 to the Quacker Jack Foundation. Chappie's Funeral Homes, where caring for others is our family tradition. 2-2 the score, Ducks and Blue Crabs, game 1 of today's day-night doubleheader. Today's game beginning at 1:35 p.m. and slated for 7 innings. Again, the score is tied at 2, so very well could go longer. John Brownell back out for his 6th inning of work. Game 2 will begin at about 7 o'clock p.m. Gates opening at about 6 o'clock. And it will feature left-hander Matt Way, 2-2, 4.76 ERA for the Ducks against righty Darrell Thompson for the Blue Crabs, 2-3, 4.37 earned run average. And following tonight's game will be a Grucci Fireworks Extravaganza presented by Riverhead Bay Motors. And tonight's game was rescheduled from yesterday. Yesterday's 7:05 p.m. game postponed due to the inclement weather and field conditions. And so that was rescheduled to tonight. It'll be a 9-inning game tonight, again beginning at about 7 o'clock p.m. Tickets still available for tonight's. Come on out to the Ducks game. Watch some great evening Sunday night baseball here between the Ducks and the Blue Crabs, Liberty Division rivals. First pitch to Ryan Mulhern is a swing and a miss. Good start to the at-bat by John Brownell, as that is strike 1. Mulhern 1 for 2 on the day with a double and a pop-out. 0-1. Big breaking ball, that jumps in for a strike. And Brownell quickly ahead, 0-2. Trying to bounce back after a tough 5th inning. She allowed 3 hits, 2 runs, only one of which was earned, though. And the 0-2 is low and outside. That runs the count to 1-2. Brownell walked the batter in the inning as well. He has 6 strikeouts so far through 5 innings. Trying to keep the Blue Crabs off the scoreboard here in the 6th. And the 1-2 pitch on the way from the right-hander is taken outside. And that'll even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Wind continues to blow to that right field foul pole on a beautiful Sunday afternoon at Bethpage Ballpark. 2-2 on the way. And Mulhern swings and bounces this one foul, third base side. Mulhern continuing to battle in his 2nd season with the Blue Crabs. Last year was with Saltillo in the Mexican League out of Burbank, California. Same hometown as Bill Murphy, a lefty pitcher for the Ducks, who will start here on Wednesday. 2-2. Fastball just off the outside corner. Brownell and Castro both thought that they had strike 3. And the count has now gone full on Ryan Mulhern. Mulhern will be followed by Salas and Hankard in this 6th inning. 3-2 coming from Brownell. Right-hander kicks, steals to the plate, and this one is swung on and bounced foul again, third base side. Another hard hit ball. Mulhern fighting to stay alive. Each team now with 6 hits, each team with 2 runs. Ducks have committed the only error. A win for Southern Maryland. They take this series from the Ducks and can try for the sweep tonight. A win for the Ducks would set up the rubber game tonight. 3-2. Swinging a pop-up in a right field towards the line. Long run for Adam Bailey into the corner. Shading his eyes from the sun in the corner. He reaches up, and he cannot make the catch. And it bounces up and into the bullpen. Tough play for Adam Bailey out in right field. He had to battle the sun, battle the wind, and you see that wind just push the baseball in a foul territory in right. And out of the reach of the right fielder, Adam Bailey. On any normal night, that's probably a fly out to right in the first out of the inning. But with that strong wind blowing, it pushes the ball into foul territory and keeps the at-bat alive for Mulhern. This next pitch will be number 9 of this at-bat. Another 3-2 coming here from Brownell. And this pitch is fouled back to the screen behind home plate. Mulhern just wasting pitch after pitch here from John Brownell as he wants to get on base here to start things off the right way in this 6th inning. And another 3-2 on the way. Swinging a liner in a left field deep. Going back is the left fielder Brodeen, and he is able to make the catch. Had a little trouble with it, but caught it about knee high. And that's the first out here in the 6th inning. And Mulhern hit that ball right on the button. But Brodeen gets the catch, and Brownell wins the 10-pitch at-bat, getting the first out of the 6th inning. That'll bring up the catcher, Jose Salas. Salas, a switch-hitting catcher out of Caracas, Venezuela. First pitch, and that misses down low for ball 1. He was teammates last year with Matt Way, tonight's starter. Both of them pitching for Laredo in the American Association, another independent league. 1-0. That off the outside edge, and Brownell behind here, 2 balls and no strikes. This will very likely be Brownell's last inning. So he's up at about 100 pitches now, 97 to be specific. 2-0 from the right-hander, and Salas will swing and bounce one to the right side. Phillips over in the hole will field. The second baseman throws over to first for the out. 2 batters and 2 out here in the top of the 6th inning.
Right fielder, number 15, Kyle Hankard. Number 15.
So with 2 men down, that's going to bring up Kyle Hankard, the right fielder. Hankard hitting from the right side. As Brownell steps back up onto the rubber. And the first pitch on the way is a big breaking ball that chops in for a called strike, and the count 0-1. Hankard put the Blue Crabs on the board in the 5th inning with a 1-out solo home run out to left field. And the 0-1 outside, evens the count at 1-1. Struck out his first time up, that was back in the 2nd inning. Brownell with 6 strikeouts in the ballgame, trying to work a 1-2-3 6th inning. A 1-1. Popped up in the air on the infield behind second. Lines the shortstop making the call. And he will make the catch in shallow center field as Brownell works his first 1-2-3 inning since the opening inning of the ballgame. So the Blue Crabs are tied in order. We go to the bottom half of inning number 6 here at Bethpage Ballpark. All tied at 2 on the radio home of the Ducks, 103.9 RCN.
Strong and local since 1952. And now, just about all Long Islanders can bank with TFCU. Check out TFCU for great rates on auto loans, mortgages, free checking, and more. Because
fans, time to get on your feet as it's time for the t-shirt toss by Competition Automotive Group. The Ducks promotional crew will be tossing t-shirts to the lower level of the stands, but if you want a t-shirt, we need to hear you scream.
To the bottom of the 6th inning we go here in Game 1 of today's day night doubleheader. Long Island Ducks and the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs all tied up at 2 apiece. Michael Pollock with you here at Bethpage Ballpark. Thanks so much for joining us here on your Sunday afternoon. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast, whether you're listening on the radio home of the Ducks, 103.9 FM WRCN, or online on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball. Ducks scoring their 2 runs in the bottom of the 3rd inning, a 2-out, 2-run double to left field by Ray Navarrete off of Blue Crab starter Wade Corpy. It stayed that way until the 5th inning when the Blue Crabs got their 2 runs in the game on a solo home run to left center field by Kyle Hankard, and a run-scoring error on a chopper to shortstop Dan Lyons, in which he could not grab the baseball. So here in the 6th, Ducks want to get a run here to try and take the lead and set it up to close out the game in the top of the 7th inning. Again, today's game 1 of the doubleheader slated for 7 innings. Game 2 will be 9. And here is Ramon Castro, 1 for 2 in the ball game. First pitch, and Castro takes up and away for ball 1. Castro had a big at-bat in this game. He came up with 2 on and 2 out in the 3rd, single to left. Kevin Bias sent Ray Navarrete around 3rd, and he was thrown out at home plate. 1-0 is low and inside, 2-0. And again, you don't know what would have happened, but if Navarrete had stayed at 3rd, Ducks would have had the bases loaded for Adam Bailey. Although Bailey has struck out twice in this ballgame in his 2 at-bats. Could have come up with a big hit here to put the game out of reach early on. Instead, it did not happen. So we're 2-2 here, and then 2-0 pitch up coming here to Ramon Castro. Williamson deals, and Castro takes a strike on the inside corner. Castro thought it was inside. Count goes to 2-1. Williamson in his 3rd inning of relief, he's given up just 2 hits and struck out 1. And the 2-1, swinging a foul ball down the right field line out of play, up onto the concourse. And a count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Castro will be followed by Bailey and then P.J. Phillips. Each team with 2 runs, each team with 6 hits. Sun shining down on the field here at Bethpage Ballpark. Despite the nasty weather over the last 2 days, you wouldn't know it looking at the field. It looks fantastic today. 2-2, fouled back to the screen behind home plate. Castro was a little out in front of that baseball. So we'll do it once again here at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Left-hander Williamson kicks and fires to the plate, and Castro takes inside. Backed out of the way of it, and the count has gone full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Castro trying to become the leadoff man to reach base here in this inning. See if he can handle a 3-2 pitch coming up from Williamson. Time is called at home plate. Williamson to this point about 24 pitches, 17 of which have been for strikes. This pitch is rocketed in the air to left field. Julio Ruiz started back, now races in, and he makes the catch on his knees in left field for out number 1. Boy, was that an adventure for Jose Julio Ruiz. He started back, then had to come in, and as he came in, slipped up on the grass. But somehow he still kept his eye on the baseball and made the catch. Another hard hit ball by Castro, but this is an out. And the one away here is Adam Bailey, who has had a tough night so far, 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Tough day, I should say. First pitch here is taken for a called strike, 0-1. He had a tough start to Friday night's game as he struck out 3 times through the first 5 innings, all of them swinging against Jeremy Sowers, but then drew a walk in the 7th and the 2-run home run in the 9th. 0-1 on the way, and Bailey will check his swing and take low and inside. And the count even at 1-1. Bailey was the first batter that Williamson faced in the 4th, and Bailey struck out swinging. Here comes a 1-1. Bailey swings and hits a high fly ball in the air to right center field. Long run for the center fielder Smith going back in right center. He is not going to be able to get this, and it's 1 hop off the wall. Bailey around second will hold up there, and it's a 1-out double for the Ducks right fielder, and Long Island with the go-ahead run in scoring position and only 1 out here in the 6th inning. Much better swing that time from Adam Bailey. He connected perfectly with the baseball. And for the Ducks, it is their 3rd double of the afternoon. And for Adam Bailey, his 7th of the year, and that's going to prompt manager Patrick Osborne to come out of the dugout. And he is going to make a pitching change here. With the righty swinging P.J. Phillips coming to the plate, he will likely bring a right-hander out of the bullpen. So we will have a pitching change at Bethpage Ballpark. We'll take a break and come back Ducks with a go-ahead run at second, tied at 2 here at the bottom of the 6th on the radio home of the Ducks, 103.9 RCN.
270. If you have the winning 50-50 raffle ticket, please take it to the table in front of the Waddle Inn shop to claim your prize where you purchase the ticket. Once again, that winning 50-50 raffle ticket number, 140270, 140270. Congratulations from the Quackerjack Foundation and your Long Island Ducks.
Okay. Back here at Bethpage Ballpark, we are here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Adam Bailey, with a one-out double into the right center field gap, has put the go-ahead run on base in a 2-2 ball game. In the bottom of the 6th inning, again, this game slated for 7 innings, so this is a big point in the ball game. With the righty swinging P.J. Phillips coming up to the plate, Patrick Osborne has made a pitching change. And he calls on the right-hander Gabriel Hernandez to come out of the bullpen. And Hernandez, who enters today with an 0-7 record and a team-high 7.39 earned run average. In 8 games, 6 starts. He's been relegated to the bullpen because of ineffectiveness and now comes into a big situation here facing P.J. Phillips. One time these two have faced each other this year. Phillips was struck out swinging in the 7th inning on May 19th in Southern Maryland. Here Phillips grounds one back towards the middle. The shortstop Osuna fields behind second, throws to first. Not in time, Phillips beat it out. Infield single for P.J. Phillips, and the Ducks have runners at the corners with only 1 out. That was a bang-bang play at first. Osuna tried to get the out. It was very, very close. But Phillips beats it out, an infield single, and now a fly ball would give the Ducks the lead. Bailey has decent speed at third. The second baseman, actually that was a shortstop Osuna, who had a quick chat with the first base umpire, Matt Beaver, to ask why that was a safe call instead of an out call. So now it's going to be Dan Lyons coming up to the plate. Lyons, the one time he faced Hernandez, hit into a 6-4 fielder's choice in that same game on May the 19th. And now it's Murray Watts with 2 on and 1 out. Tied at 2. 8 hits now for the Ducks. First pitch coming from Gabriel Hernandez. And Watts will take a fastball strike over the inside corner, 0-1. Hernandez in that game pitched 2 innings, gave up 3 hits and 2 runs, including the 2-run home run, a right by Adam Bailey in the 8th. That was the deciding hit in a 4-3 Ducks win. No walks, 1 strikeout for Hernandez. And now an 0-1 upcoming from the right-hander. Turns and looks to first to chase Phillips back to the bag. Phillips has pretty good speed at first, and Bailey with decent speed at third. And again, a deep enough fly ball could give the Ducks a 3-2 lead. And now a throw over to first, and Phillips is back safely. Watts at the plate with an 0-1 count. He is 2 for 2 today, a double to right and a run scored in the 3rd, a single to right in the 4th. Runners take their leads. The 0-1 upcoming here to Watts. The pitch on the way, and that's swung and fouled back to the screen behind home plate. Good swing there by Murray Watts and just missed it. And the count is 0-2. Really, the Ducks have 3 bench options right now. Ryan Canary, a lefty hitter. Gabe Suarez, a righty hitter. And Ralph Henriquez, a switch-hitting catcher. But neither of those 3 likely coming into this ball game. Wouldn't be surprised to see all 3 play in Game 2 of this doubleheader, though. It'll be an 0-2 upcoming to Watts. Getting this sign is Hernandez. Righty kicks and fires, and Watts will take upstairs. Able to hold up that swing, and the count goes to 1-2. Big moment in the ball game here. Tied at 2, bottom of the 6th. In a game slated for 7 innings, Ducks trying to get the lead back after they saw their 2-0 lead disappear in the top of the 5th. 1-2 the count, another throw over to first, and Phillips is back safely. Again, this is Phillips' 11th game with the Ducks. He's 2 for 2 in the stolen base department. So definitely a threat to steal. See if he goes. Another throw over to first by Hernandez. There's Ryan Mulhern holding on. P.J. Phillips' crowd doesn't like it. Hernandez doing his job, trying to keep the runner close, and it'll be a 1-ball, 2-strike pitch to the lefty swinging Murray Watts. Hernandez is set. Kicks and fires, and Watts will take outside. And that evens up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Watts still looking for his first home run as a member of the Ducks. Bailey takes his lead at third, 90 feet away from giving the Ducks the lead. 2-ball, 2-strike offering from the right-hander. Is swung on and hit in the air deep to center field. Smith goes back, but has room. He will make the catch. Bailey will tag from third. He will come home to score. It's a sac fly and an RBI for Murray Watts, and the Ducks lead it 3-2 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Exactly what the Ducks needed. Watts lifting the deep fly ball to center field. Plenty of time for Bailey to come home and score. Watts with his 3rd RBI of the year. Bailey scores his first run of the ball game, and the Ducks now have the 1-run advantage. And that's what you like to see if you're a manager, the productive outs. And again, now the Ducks have a 1-run lead and are 3 outs defensively away from a win here in the opening game of this day-night doubleheader and the middle game of this series. Here's Dan Lyons, the 9-hitter and shortstop. First pitch on the way, and Lyons will take inside for ball 1. Lyons is grounded to short and hit into a force out at second in his 2 at-bats. Phillips is still the runner at first with 2 men out. There'll be a 1-0 upcoming to the Ducks shortstop. Phillips gets the is set to go at first, and Lyons fouls one off first base side into the seats. The count 1-1. That run, by the way, is charged to Williamson. So Williamson is now the pitcher of record as he gave up the double to Bailey. So Williamson's final line, 2 1/3 innings, 3 hits, 1 run it was earned, no walks, and 1 strikeout. And if the game ends up like this, he would get the loss, and Brownell would pick up the win. 1-1 count. Pitch upcoming here from Hernandez, and Lyons takes a breaking ball. Oh, that just caught a piece of the outside corner. Close pitch. Lyons now asking the home plate umpire Alex Trujillo where the ball was. So he gets the explanation, and now the count is 1-2 on the righty swinging shortstop. Hernandez gets the sign, looks over to Phillips at first. 1-ball, 2-strike pitch upcoming, and Lyons will take inside, check the swing, and the count now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. In the top half of the 7th inning, Blue Crabs will have to try and battle back to score at least 1. It'll be Brandon Jones, Sean Smith, and Vladimir Sutil, the bottom 3 in the order. 2-2 to Lyons from Hernandez, and the pitch is way outside, goes off the glove of the catcher and back to the backstop, and that's going to allow Phillips to go down to second on what will be a pass ball. Ball probably should have been caught by the catcher Salas. He is shaking his head at home plate as he got a pretty good portion of the glove on it, but just could not squeeze the baseball. So now the Ducks with a runner in scoring position, and that's big because now a single could give the Ducks another insurance run here in this 6th inning. Lyons trying for the base hit here. Time is called. It looks like Hernandez got something up in his eye or in his nose on the mound. Has to walk off the back part of the mound. So it'll be a 3-2.
there's another Municipal Credit Union walk.
Lions takes inside for ball 4, excuse me.
Duck center fielder.
And the Ducks have runners at first and second with 2 out.
26.
Getting choked up here in the broadcast booth. Got something caught in my throat. So first and second with 2 out for the Ducks here in the bottom of the 6th. And now they will flip the lineup back over. It'll go up to Danny Perales, who is 0 for 3 so far here today. Ready to go is Hernandez. Righty kicks and fires, and Perales will take downstairs. And that is ball 1. Perales so far today has grounded to first, popped to third, and fly to center. 1-0, swinging a high fly ball in the air to left field. Playable for Julio Ruiz, who goes back and makes the catch. And that's the final out of this 6th inning. But the Ducks take the lead back. They get a run on 2 hits. No errors, they leave 2 on base. And we head to the top of the 7th. Ducks will try and close this one out as they lead it 3-2 over the Blue Crabs here on the radio home of the Ducks, 103.9 RCN. He had 30.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your help to Cracker Jack. That was the 7th inning stretch brought to you by Emblem Health.
Nope.
Your attention, please, boys and girls. It's the time you've been waiting for. It's the time to line up so that you can run the bases. Please make your way to the upper right field concourse so you can run the bases right after the ball game. Presented by Bethpage Federal Credit Union. Take your time, slowly and safely make your way to the upper right field concourse so you can run the bases.
To the top of the 7th inning, Ducks will try and close out a victory here. They lead it 3-2 over the Blue Crabs. In Game 1 of today's doubleheader, again, the game's slated for 7 innings. Tonight's game will begin at 7 o'clock p.m. and a game slated for 9 innings. The Ducks calling on right-hander Jared Lancer to try and close this one out after a pretty good start, pretty strong start again from John Brownell. That's been the key to the Ducks season, is the good starting pitching. Today he goes 6 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, 1 of them earned, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts. Gave up just the 1 home run to Kyle Henkern. 101 pitches, 66 for strikes for John Brownell. So Jared Lansford, a right-hander, usually the setup man, but serving as the closer here in Game 1. Will come on and try and close it out. He'll face the bottom 3 in the order. It'll be Brandon Jones, Sean Smith, and Vladimir Sutil. Duck fans, if you want frequent updates on team transactions, scores, store specials, and the status of upcoming games, well, then you should follow the Long Island Ducks on Twitter at twitter.com/LIDucks. With Twitter, the faithful flock will also be able to follow their Ducks and find out more information regarding nightly promotions, player signings, league activities, and so much more. The Ducks are tweeting right now, and you can follow along at twitter.com/LIDucks.
Number 23, Brandon Jones. Number 23.
So Brandon Jones will lead off. This is his first at-bat of the game. He came in as a defensive replacement in the bottom of the 5th inning after Mike Richard pinch ran for Caesar Nicholas in the top of the inning. And the first pitch to Jones is taken for a called strike, 0-1. Jared Lansford has had a pretty good year. 1-1 record, 4.26 ERA in 15 games. 6 runs on 9 hits in 12 2/3 innings, 4 walks, and 14 strikeouts. 0-1. Chopped foul at the plate. He was way out in front of that one was Jones, and the count 0-2. So Nicholas ended up going 1 for 2 at the plate with a run scored. And Richard, the pinch runner, ended up scoring the tying run at the time on that error by Dan Lyons. And now Jones, with its first chance at the plate, he's a .232 hitter, 3 homers, 13 runs batted in. 0-2 on the way from the righty pitching Lansford, and this one is a fastball up high. That runs the count to 1-2. So Brownell in line for the win. Williamson would get the loss, and Lansford trying for the save. 1-2, swing and a miss for strike 3. Ball got away briefly from Castro, but he picks up and throws to first for the out. So Lansford picks up his first strikeout of the game. 2-3 put out, and there's one away here in the top of the 7th inning. Lansford last pitched for the Ducks on May 22nd in Camden. That was the Wednesday win. He threw a scoreless inning, 1 hit, 1 walk, struck out 2. And Lansford has been very good as of late, has not allowed a run since May 3rd in York. It's a span of 9 consecutive appearances where he has not allowed a run. 8 2/3 innings, now 9 with the out that he has not allowed a run. First pitch to Sean Smith is taken for a called strike. Smith is 1 for 2, an infield single to short in the 3rd, then was caught stealing, and a strikeout in the 5th. That was Brownell's 6th and final strikeout. 0-1. Smith swings, fouls it back to the screen behind home plate, caught a piece of the glove as well of Castro, and the count quickly had 0-2. Bases empty, 1 out. And the Ducks looking for out number 2 here in this 7th inning. Kick and the pitch from Jared Lansford, and this one is swung on and missed for strike 3. Excellent curveball from Jared Lansford, 2nd consecutive strikeout for the right-hander. And the Blue Crabs down to their final out here in game number 1 of this doubleheader. Fans lining up along the right field line for Kids Run the Bases, the Sunday tradition. Kids at Hart will get a chance to run the bases after this ball game. Now the fans will clear out of the ballpark and then re-enter a little bit after 6 o'clock p.m. tonight for game 2 of this doubleheader, which will begin at 7. First pitch to Vladimir Sutil. Fastball strike on the inside corner, and the count 0-1. And it'll be the rubber game of this series if the Ducks hang on to win here. Lefty Matt Way for the Ducks. Righty Darrell Thompson for the Blue Crabs. This pitch down low, scooped out of the dirt, the count 1-1. Sutil reached on an infield single his last time up in the 5th and struck out looking in the 3rd. Game time is scheduled for 7 o'clock p.m. and following tonight's game will be a Grucci Fireworks Extravaganza, which was originally scheduled for last night. It will be presented by Riverhead Bay Motors. 1-1 here to Sutil. Lansford deals, and this fastball is downstairs for ball 2. Count of 2-1. Beautiful day for baseball here today. Much nicer, especially than the last 2 days, which were full of rain and chilly weather. A little bit warmer here today. Wind still blowing, but not bad at all. The Ducks 1 out away from a win. 2-1 to Sutil. Swinging a chopper foul at the plate. And the Blue Crabs down to their final strike. So the fans will start to make some noise, many of them rising to their feet here at Bethpage Ballpark. A count of 2-2 on Vladimir Sutil. As the Ducks look to pick up the win and even this series at a game apiece. Nelson playing along the line at 3rd. The 2-2 pitch on the way from Lansford is swung on and missed for strike 3. Castro picks the baseball up. This ball game is over, and the Long Island Ducks win it 3-2 over Southern Maryland to take the first game of today's day-night doubleheader. So Jared Lansford strikes out the side in a dominant 7th inning, and he picks up his first save of the year. And the Ducks have evened the series at a game apiece with a 3-2 victory. Don't go anywhere. The post-game show is coming up next. We recap this one and hand out the Nico Locke Player of the Game Award after this here on the radio home of the Ducks, 103.9 RCN. Okay.
I'd like to remind you we have another ball game.
Back here at Bethpage Ballpark, Game 1 of today's day-night doubleheader is a final. On the Long Island Ducks defeat the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs by a count of 3-2 to even up this series at a game apiece after a 12-7 Blue Crabs win here on Friday night. So that sets up a rubber game for tonight's nightcap of the day-night doubleheader, which will begin at about 7 o'clock p.m. here at Bethpage Ballpark. Lefty Matt Way for the Ducks and righty Darryl Thompson for the Blue Crabs. Well, it's time to recap this ball game. And both John Brownell and Wade Corpy got off to good starts. They kept their opponents scoreless through the first 2 innings. But in the bottom of the third, Ducks would take their first lead of the ball game. Murray Watts started off the inning with a double to right field on a pop-up that fell in no man's land in right. So the leadoff double, Dan Lyons and grounded to short, and Danny Perales popped to third. So 2 out and the runner still at second. But Joe Ashbrodeen drew a walk to extend his on-base streak to 16 games. And then Ray Navarrete, his second hit of the ball game, a 2-run double over the head of left fielder Jose Julio Ruiz. His 16th and 17th runs batted in of the year gave the Ducks a 2-0 lead. They almost had more as Brian Nelson drew a walk and Ramon Castro singled to left. But on that single, Navarrete tried to score from second on the play. Kevin Baez waved him around, and Navarrete was thrown out at home plate, and that prevented anything further in the rally. It would stay that way until the top of the 5th inning when John Brownell finally ran into some trouble. With 1 out in the inning, Kyle Hankert hit a long solo home run just to the left field side of center field. For Hankert, it was his 5th home run of the year, and the Blue Crabs had cut the deficit to 2-1. That was followed by a single to right by Cesar Nicholas, and after a strikeout by Sean Smith, Vladimir Sutil reached on an infield single to short. So that put runners at first and second. Patrick Osborne pinch ran with Mike Richard for the runner at second base, Nicholas, to try and get more speed as he represented the tying run. Renny Osuna followed with a walk, so the bases were loaded with 2 out for Brian Barton. He had a chopper up the middle. The shortstop, Dan Lyons, got to the baseball in plenty of time, but instead of getting it and then stepping on second or flipping to second, could not handle the baseball as it hopped off of his arm. A run scored, and the Blue Crabs had tied it at 2. Brownell got Julio Ruiz to ground to third to end the threat, though, and keep the game tied at 2. Stayed that way until the bottom of the 6th inning. The Ducks, after a flyout by Ramon Castro, got a double to right by Adam Bailey off of Logan Williamson, who was beginning his 3rd inning of relief. And after the double by Bailey to right center, in came Gabriel Hernandez, who the Ducks had defeated the last time he pitched against them, back last Sunday in Southern Maryland. Well, Hernandez gave up an infield single to P.J. Phillips that put runners at the corners for Murray Watts. And Watts then lifted a sacrifice fly to center field. It was important that Phillips beat that ball out, because if that was an out at first, it was very close at first, if that ball was called an out, that would have been the second out, and the fly out to center by Watts would have ended the inning. Instead, it put runners at first and third, and then Murray Watts with the fly out to center ended up being a sac fly. And on his 3rd RBI of the year, Adam Bailey trotted home from third. The Ducks had a 3-2 lead. Jared Lansard came in for the 7th, struck out the side in order 1-2-3. The Ducks won it 3-2 over Southern Maryland. So 3 runs, 8 hits, 1 error for the Ducks. They left 7. 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Blue Crabs. They left 4. John Brownell, the win, improves to 3-3. He went 6 innings today, 6 hits, 2 runs, 1 of which was earned, a walk, and 6 strikeouts. So he improves to 3-3. Logan Williamson, the loss in relief, falls to 1-1. He allowed 1 run on 3 hits and 2 1/3 innings. No walks and a strikeout. The save goes to Jared Lansard with a 1-2-3 ninth as he strikes out the side. His first save of the year in a game that took just 1 hour and 59 minutes in front of 4,613 fans here at Bethpage Ballpark, many of which are running the bases on a Sunday family fun day tradition here at the Duck Pond. As for today's Nico Lock player of the game, we're going to give it to Ray Navarrete today. He was 3 for 3 with 2 RBIs at the plate. Murray Watts had a good day too, 2 for 2 with that sacrifice fly. But we'll give it to Ray Navarrete for the day game today. He is our Nico Lock player of the game. Nico Lock retaining walls and paving stones, a company synonymous with quality and service in the manufactured concrete industry for almost 50 years. We'll take a break. When we come back, the out-of-town scoreboard, and then we wrap things up for Game 1 of today's doubleheader, which the Ducks win 3-2 here on the radio home of the Ducks, 103.9 RCN. Back here at Bethpage Ballpark, Kids running the bases. Ducks with a win in the opener of this day-night doubleheader with a 3-2 victory over Southern Maryland. Take one final look at the out-of-town scoreboard before we wrap things up for Game 1. Doubleheader today up in Bridgeport as the Somerset Patriots defeat the Bridgeport Bluefish 9-4. They're playing a single admission twin bill, 2 7-inning games. So Somerset wins the opener 9-4. The winning pitcher was Brad Thompson, improves to 3-1. Josh Butler, the loss falls to 2-2. There was no save and no home runs in the game. Game 2 of the doubleheader is underway right now, and Somerset has jumped out to a 4-0 lead in the second inning. Paul Phillips, the starter for the Patriots. Michael Kalla, the starter for the Bluefish. 2 RBIs from Johnny Tucker, 1 each from Aaron Eggleston and Jake Fox, leading the way for the Patriots, who entered today at 21-10, 6 games in back of Sugar Land in the Freedom Division standings. The Bridgeport Bluefish entered today at 13-20. They are now 13-21. They fall back temporarily in a third place behind Southern Maryland. They are now 3 games, or they stay 2 games back of Southern Maryland, who loses today to the Ducks to drop to 16-20. The Ducks with the win improved to 14-21, and Long Island now within a game and a half of Southern Maryland. As for the York Revolution and Camden River Sharks, they're in the top of the 7th inning in Camden. Revolution have a 5-4 lead. Corey Thurman, the starter for the Revolution. Junior Navoa is now in the game. Rich Kulik was the starter for the River Sharks. Antonini is now pitching for Camden. 3 RBIs for Andy Marte to lead the way for York. Raul Padron and Eduardo Perez each have 2 RBIs for the River Sharks. And then later tonight at 6 o'clock p.m., it will be the Sugar Land Skeeters in Lancaster to battle the Barnstormers. Major League scoreboard, Tampa Bay all over the Yankees right now, 7-0 in the 7th inning down in Tampa. Sean Rodriguez with his 2nd home run of the year. James Loney his 4th off of CC Sabathia, who has gotten roughed up today. Alex Cobb has gotten 7 innings of shutout baseball. He's given up just 2 hits and struck out 7. Later tonight at 8:05, Mets and the Braves at Citi Field. Sean Markham for the Mets, 0-5, 6.59 ERA. Julio Teheran for the Braves, 3-1, 3.99 ERA. NBA action tonight, Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Miami Heat against the Indiana Pacers up in Indianapolis. Series is tied at a game apiece, and the LA Kings trying to secure a spot in the Eastern Conference check the Western Conference Finals as they play Game 6 in San Jose tonight against the Sharks at 8 o'clock p.m. San Jose with a 3-2 lead in that series. Once again, 7 o'clock p.m. tonight will be Game 2 of this day-night doubleheader. Ducks will send out lefty Matt Way, who is 2-2 with a 4.76 ERA. Blue Crabs right-hander Darrell Thompson will get the start, 2-3, 4.37 ERA. And it'll be the rubber game of this 3-game series. The Ducks win would bring them to within a half game of the first place Blue Crabs, and a win for Southern Maryland would push the Ducks to 2.5 games in back of Southern Maryland. That's going to do it for us here for Game 1 of today's doubleheader. Big thank you to my engineer back in our Ronkonkoma studios, Zach Johnston, pushing all the buttons. Once again, the final score. The Ducks defeat the Blue Crabs 3-2 in Game 1 of the doubleheader. We invite you to join us for our next Ducks broadcast, which will be tonight in Game 2 of this doubleheader. Pre-game show will begin at 6:45 p.m. First pitch at 7 o'clock on the dot here at Bethpage Ballpark. And you can follow all the action online on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball, and on liducks.com in the Ducks Video Center at the bottom of the homepage. My name is Michael Pollack. Thanks so much for joining me on your Sunday afternoon. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Have a great rest of your Sunday. And we hope you will join us later tonight for Game 2 of this twin bill and the final game of this 3-game series. Good night, or good afternoon, I should say, and so long from Bethpage Ballpark. Yep, I do a little bit. All right. Well, thank you again for your help, and I will talk to you next week in York. Yep. No problem. Just let me know at some point. All right. Sounds good. Enjoy.